Welcome to the Ministry and this special game of Warhammer 40,000 8th edition. 2,000 points today, and the reason it's special is Scott's asked me if he can have a practice for a tournament he's coming up to recently, which is the NAO, the North East Open, which is a 50-player tournament, which I will be a TO at. So I've said, yep, I can come and help you. What's happening is Ricky, who's pretty much organised the whole tournament on his own and done a fantastic job. He's obviously reviewing all the army lists as they come in. I haven't seen any of them. I purposely asked not to because there's a couple of people now have asked me if they can have some practice games, which I've agreed to. So today Scott's going to come down, bring 2,000 points. He may have an odd miniature here and there, unfinished painted wise, and his painting standards are pretty high. So, you know, we'll have to forgive him for that today, which is totally fine. This is more about the practice, but I thought it's an opportunity to let you guys see it anyway. There shouldn't be too many big spoilers. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a list, well, a modified list that I took to the London GT last year, which did pretty well. Obviously, a couple of the points went up and down in chapter approved and stuff, so it's not exact that I took, but it's pretty close. So we'll take a quick look at the table. Not as normally populated as I like to do it, but obviously some line of sight blocking terrain. It's going to be pretty similar to the types of terrain set up at the tournament. So we're going to have a big ruin in the middle, 4-corner ruin, ones on each side as well, some line of sight blockings around, so very symmetrical, you know, even to both players. No one's going to be equally, you know, no one's going to have a massive advantage of the setup on one side or the other. It should be, the setup shouldn't determine, you know, who's going to have a massive advantage in the game, we'll put it that way, so it should be quite even. The ground floors of ruins, as per the ITC rules, are going to be blocked out. I know there's windows in all of these and stuff like that, but that's because there's windows in them. So this isn't the scenery that will be necessarily used at the tournament. Ricky's got a lot of scenery there. I'm still painting bits up for it as well, but you know, it's a representation of what it would be like in a sort of tournament setup for the table. When Scott finally gets here, I'm going to decide which game he wants to practice. It's going to be 3 games at the tournament. It's a 3-game event. So mission 1, 2 or 3. He'd probably go with 1 to give him an easy grounding. I don't know if he's faced Eldar before. It's a Craftworld list, mine. No Aeldari, no Dark Eldar, Drakari, no Harlequins mixed into it. Just pure Craftworld. So, like I said, it's not, I didn't build it as a super competitive list. You'll see when I show it. It's more a case of, you know, these are the models I had. I wanted to use them. See how it gets on. That kind of stuff. So there's a look at the table. Like I said, we'll come back once we've done some of the setups and things like that. But at the minute, we'll take a look at the Eldar army. So this is 2,000 points of Craftworld Eldar. And it's 3 detachments, a battalion, an outrider, and a supreme command. So a couple of changes, like I said, to the NAO list. We're all late dock, so it's all the same Craftworld. We're not mixing it up or anything like that. So we've got 2 Forciers, obviously a Forcier Skyrunner and a Forcier on foot, both with spears. The one on foot's got Fortune and Guide and Smite, and the one on the bike's got Guide and Doom and Smite. I did debate giving them both the Doom, because it's a super handy power to have on the field. But I went with this way anyway. And then we've got a unit of 5 Rangers, and 2 units of 5 Dire Avengers with an Exarch, both stock, no extra upgrades on there. We've got a Hemlock Wraith Fighter, who is going to be rocking Jinx and Protect as his power. And then we've got a unit of 8 Reapers with the Reaper launchers and the Exarch with the other weapon, which is just totally skipped my mind. The Tempest launcher, that's it, the Tempest launcher. We have a Wave Serpent with twin Bright Lance Shuriken cannons and Crystal Targeting Matrix and Spirit Stones. Obviously everyone knows about Wave Serpents, are pretty handy. I did have 2 in my list for the GT, but obviously they've went up in points. Reapers, I can't remember if they went up, the Shining Spears did. Other little bits and bobs anyway, and I've tried out a couple of different units as well. So we've got the Shining Spears with an Exarch who's got the upgraded lance as well. So 5 normal guys there and the bonus guy. Then we've got the Shadow Scepters. They're a Forge World unit, and their guns basically are heavy flamers or a strength 6 shot, which if they hit, they can hit again and hit again up to 3 times. And they're a stock -1 to hit as well in combat and ranged, and they give you negatives to the morale, the jetpacks, so they can move quite good. Quite a good unit for thinning out horde units and stuff like that. And at the GT, They did, well, one game against the Orcs, they got smited off the table by some 2 super smite rolls, which was pretty horrific. But the other games, they more than made up their points. A really good harassing unit. Oh yeah, sorry, they would have been in the Outrider detachment with 2 units of Wind Riders as well, with 2 shuriken cannons and one with twin shuriken catapults in each. And that'll be led by the Warlock on the jet bike, and he's going to rock Protecting Jinx as well, and he's got the blade, not the spear. And then we come to the Supreme Command, so we've got 3 Autarchs, we've got 1 on foot, 2 on the bikes, and they've both got the lance upgrades, and this one on the left with the extra big gun on the bike has also got a fusion gun. So fusion gun and lances on those guys, and the one on the foot has got a Reaper launcher. That guy is the Warlord. His Warlord trait is Mark of the Incomparable Hunter, so he can target characters even if they're not the closest. And he's got an upgrade of the Reaper missile launcher as well, so, and an extra relic. So I basically paid an extra point for an extra relic. And the relics he's got, or this guy has got the Phoenix Gem, so when he dies, or if he dies, he can pop back up and come back to life. And the other relic was this guy. He's got Falchiao's Wing, so he's basically got a jetpack, so he can move 12, which helps him get around and stuff like that. So again, tend to mix it up with the Farseers, maybe give him that or that, and again the gem to maybe the Farseer or this guy. But obviously they're all rocking Banshee masks as well, so no Overwatch against these guys. These are good at tagging gun lanes and all that kind of stuff and allowing the other units to then slam in. But I'm not very CC heavy at all. It's more guns and psychic powers really, and manoeuvrability from this list. So we'll see what Scott has brought. Right, so this is what Scott's brought. This is 2,000 points of Blood Angels. It looks fantastic. Like I said, he's got, it all looks painted. I think, is it just the bases on your flyers, isn't it? That's it.
The Storm Ravens need some touching up, and it's the bases.
It looks, well, it's more than definitely good enough as it is for tabletop standard, isn't it? But we know it's not to your standard. Yeah, well, so we'll take a look. And what he's got is he's going to have 8 command points left. He's basically got a battalion. So he's got his 3 troops, 2 HQs. He's got a Supreme Command, and then he's got obviously some irregular elite units and stuff like that as well. And the reason he's lost a command point is, well, let him go over it, but this is an auxiliary detachment. It's cost him a point because it's not a Xiphon.
No, it's the Lightning Strike Fighter.
It's a Lightning Strike Fighter, which is an Imperial Navy ship.
Yeah.
So he's still toying with a few ideas of some other little units. He's going to give this a try because it's basically got heavy autocannon, 2 las cannons, 6 one-shot missiles, which are 2d6 strength 4 shots. Is that right? So they're like anti-chaff basically.
Yeah. They're the same stats as a boat gun, standard boat gun. So it's 401.
And his Warlord today is one everyone knows, and it's Slam Genius with the upgrade of the Death Company, the Artisan of War, all that kind of stuff. He's actually rocking a 2nd Shield Captain today, Smash Captain. His 3 tac squads, are they WYSIWYG?
Yeah, so we've got one with a heavy bolter. That's basically just
for the strat.
Yeah. And then these 2 guys have got the heavy
flamers. Yeah. And then we've got
4 Sanguinary Guard, which was handy because it came in at just the right point
for points. Yeah.
If I'd had to take 5, I wouldn't have been able to get.
And have they got any blades?
They've got a Carmine blade, which was the cheapest option, and the Angelus bolt guns, which actually cost like 3 points each as well. And then 5 Death Company. They've got chainswords, bolt guns.
Yeah, it's just pretty stock for points.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then we've got 2 big birds.
Aye, 2 Storm Ravens.
WYSIWYG, so assault cannons.
Yeah, exactly.
Hurricane bolters.
Multi-melter on both. This one hasn't got hurricanes, obviously.
Just for points.
This one's like the heavy hitter because he's got the twin last cannon.
And then we've covered this guy's guns. Supreme Command Mephistian, who's going to be rocking Quickening, Unleash Rage, and Wings. And then obviously just trying out different bits and stuff.
So figure out the best way to use the dreads.
2 Librarian Dread. So this one's going to have Unleash Rage. They're both going to have Shield of Sanguinius for a 5-up in run, and this one's going to have Wings. So a bit more punchy, a bit more floaty round.
Aye.
And we've got 2 of the company veterans. No, not company veterans.
Company veterans.
Is it company veterans? These are basically the guys that can intercept hits for characters.
Yeah. So they're not WYSIWYG. So basically, one's armed with a storm shield.
Yeah.
One's armed with a combi flamer.
Yeah.
And they've both got chainswords.
So it's only really the sword that's a bit.
Well, to be honest, obviously, depending on the which one takes the hits, because I wasn't sure about the sergeant.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if the sergeant can actually take the storm shield, because as it's written, you can, but I don't know if that's been fact.
Yeah.
So I've basically designated that the sergeant's got the combi flamer for now.
Right, cool.
And then this guy's a stand-in, because I haven't got him painted yet, for a tech marine.
For a tech marine.
Mainly because he's got a power weapon and a plasma gun on.
And sorry, that's for the elite detachment, isn't it?
Aye, for the elite.
So 1, 2, 3.
So that gives you HQ for the elite detachment for the Vanguard.
So that gives you 5, 6.
It was 10, and then it comes down to 2.
Yeah. So basically 10, then down to 2.
And the 2 losses again, like we said, are for his
this has cost him a point,
and he cost a point because he's auxiliary.
So that'll be very interesting. Obviously, you've got a lot less models than me, less squads, but some of your squads are quite point heavy. And I think this may serve you very well. These guys are very big threats for me, I'll be honest, especially these 2, because they could easily eliminate squads with a weight of fire, especially this guy as well with these missiles. So it's going to be, Scott's not faced Eldar before, so I want to give him a challenge. I'm not going to go easy on him because it's tournament practice.
Yeah.
But the first mission...
There'll be lots of salt.
There'll be lots of salt and cheese. So the first mission, we'll have a look at the table. It's the search and destroy setup. So we're going to set the 6 objectives up. The way it's scoring for the NEO is that it's kill points or a point for a unit. It's a point for holding an objective at the end of your turn. First strike is in effect, not first blood. So both get first strike. That's worth 5 points. Slay the Warlord, it's 5. And line break, that's 5. So then what you do with total of all our points, and however many points you beat me by or I beat you by, I'll leave it a total. And then that total gives you your round score moving on and on. So we'll cover all that later, because different tournaments score different ways.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, we've had a chat about the bottom levels of the ruins not being see through the gaps, but not through where the windows are, so the windows are blacked out. So we'll get these objectives down and we'll come back with the meat and gravy of the game. The armies are down. The Marines obviously finished setting up first. The big flyer cluster down here. Attack squad there. Everybody else is basically in a flyer or coming down with jetpack type stuff.
Yeah.
The Eldar paid 3 command points to put the Shining Spears and the Shadow Scepters in the Webway Strike. And then we've got a mix of the rest of the units down here, as you can pretty much see. The Reapers, the Autarch on foot, and the Farseer on foot are in the Wave Serpent. Scouts are down here, Bikes down here, and the Flyer right at the back. So we're set up pretty defensively. It's pretty defensively in the back corner as well. So it's going to be interesting. Scott gets to add 1 to the dice roll to see who goes first. And get rid of some of these dice. I'm going to go left-handed, so you might go first. It's 5. Can the Eldar beat it? Oh, it's a 4. So do I attempt to sneeze the initiative? You know what? I'm going to go for it. Why not? Oh, so I was going to say, like, I want it as a competitive, because we're trying to like make sure you get a good competitive game. But at the same time, I was thinking, God, if I get it, it could be nasty. But no, so we'll go into Space Marines, turn 1. So the end of the movement phase. These guys were in and deployed out of one of the Storm Ravens to go and get that objective. These guys have just stayed put on their objective. The 2 Storm Ravens still got plenty of models in there, pushed right up on my grill. And this guy zoomed over down here. So there won't be a psychic phase, because obviously you've got no psychers on the field.
Yeah.
But it's going to be one heck of a shooting phase, I think, this one. So we'll come back when Scott's decided what he wants to start with.
He's got, including the 4 missiles, into the Hemlock.
Right, so that took 20 minutes for Scott to say. But everything he's got here is going to go into the Wraith fight. Now, he is more than 12 inches away, so he normally hits on 3s. He's got Power of the Machine Spirit, that's fine. He's going to be at 4s to shoot my flyer. He's going to be at 5s to hit my flyer, because I'm a late Ock, and I'm going to spend 2 command points to make him another -1, so he's going to be hitting on 6s, which will knock me down to 5, because I did get one back with Path of the something. No, I just totally forgot all my names.
Path of Leadership or something.
Something, a Path of Command.
Path of Command.
I've got a proper call in my head, just I'm not even thinking straight.
Do you get to go for that now again?
No, yeah.
You want now and then?
No, it doesn't get it back. Right. No, because I would have got one back around 1.
Okay.
So
so
start with the last cannons.
Yeah, last cannons on the kill team dice.
So we're looking for 6s. Oh, there you go. There's 1.
Missiles.
Yeah. I think the missiles only shoot 2. It's 2 a turn. Oh no, has he got 2? Has he got 2 lots of 2?
He's got 2 there.
Check the book, because I think it's 2. Yeah, so it is. So it's so much. I'm happy. Watch. I'm happy for you to get a hit.
Right.
Because you got a 6 and 3 and a 6 and a 2, but you can only shoot them once, rather than make a re-roll, which I should do, but I'm not going to. So you got a hit with the missile, hit with the las, and the multi-melter.
Multi-melter.
No hits there. So are you using any command points on any of those dice yet?
Not yet.
No. So I'm toughness 6, so the las cannon will wound on a 3. And the missile will wound on a 3 as well. You may as well bow them both together. So the blues are the missiles, so both wounds. I'm going to roll the saves, so the black will go against your las cannon. So no saves either way, so you've got 2d6.
Straight up, isn't it? That's out of range, so.
Ooh, 10, nice. I'm guessing you're not command pointing any of those.
No.
Right, I'll get some dice together and make my spirit stone save, see if I can negate some of those damage rolls. So we do manage to claw a wound back with the spirit stones. So it's a good start. The flyers took a good solid hit there.
And then
so second storm raven, both sets of hurricane bolters are going down here, and then everything else is going into this guy.
So I'll do the hemlock first.
Yeah, so do you want to, you got all the dice there?
Yeah, so 12 hurricane bolter shots. Missiles will be blue again, and then multi-melter and the kill team base again.
Yeah. 12 assault cannon shots as well.
Assault cannon, sorry, yeah. What did I say?
Hurricane bolters, they're going in like that. Go for it. So we've got a mix of hits there. We've got an assault cannon and a missile hit.
Yeah,
so 4 for the assault cannons to wound. I'm guessing you're not spending any command points because it's a 6. No. 3s for the missiles, 4s for the assault cannon. So yeah, both wound. Oh no, 3 was the, yeah, that's right. So we've got a missile wound at -2. We need to make this save. It's a 2. Do I spend a command point? I need a 5 up. You know what, I'm going to spend a command point. Oh, it's cocked as you can get. No, so he doesn't save, so it goes through.
3 damage.
It's flat 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he saved one. He's got a wound left.
That's why I should have fired them hurricane bolters.
It's got a wound left. He's got a wound left. Takes me down to 4 command points. I'm spending them to keep this guy alive. Whew. So yeah, he's hitting these jet bikes on 3s. He's got 24 shots hitting on 3s. We'll do these off camera because it's a lot of dice.
Yeah.
So basically to point out, you'd be hitting on 3s and you'd be wounding on 4s, and I've got 2 wounds each. We'll see if these jet bikes survive. So we just roll a big lot. This is the first wave. Mix of, you hit okay, you wounded okay, but I made a heck of a lot. I failed 2 armour saves.
It was middling one.
Yeah, middling. So that's all the firepower here gone. I think I've got off quite lightly there, this guy.
The lightning now.
Where's he going to go? I'll let Scott have a think. I might put him on an egg timer though.
I'll do the long barrel auto cannon and the last cannons into this.
Right, so basically this guy's got 6 one-shot 2d6 strength 4 missiles that are all going into the scouts, which will be on 6s to hit because of the range and their cloaks, and the heavier guns are going into this guy. So he's got 2 las cannons, and there's a long-barreled auto cannon, which is basically an auto cannon with D3 damage. So it could do a bit better, longer range. This guy doesn't have power of the machine spirit, so we will be hitting on 4s normally because he moved.
So we'll do the missiles.
Yeah, so is this how many shots here?
This is how many shots I'm going to get.
See how many shots you get and we'll do it off camera. Lots.
I don't know, it could be better.
So you just got 43 shots at the scouts, but you are hitting on 6s because they are a -1 from a late and a -1 anyway to hit when they shoot. So no point playing any sort of strats or anything like that on these guys yet. So we managed to get 8 hits out of that, which is okay really. Wound on 3s, we'll film this, so that's 6 wounds. Now the scouts will be on a 3 up in cover. Did I say 6 wounds?
Yeah.
The 5 up normally you get a 2 to the save if they're in cover. So we've lost all of them, that's 5. That will be first strike. Unless I've already used the command reroll. No, but it's 5. Oh, sorry, it's a 3 up save, you're right, that's 4. Yeah.
So there's 1 alive.
So there's 1 alive, but he'll be taking a morale check. So I'm going to leave the dice next to him. And we'll take them off. That was close to first strike. We'll do the auto cannons and the las cannons now.
Last cannons.
Yeah, so 5s on this guy, so we've got a hit.
And then, yes.
Does wound, yeah. Do you want to do the save now?
Yeah.
Nope, doesn't save, so it's D6 damage.
As long as I don't get a 1, right?
So it's 3 -1 because its shield's still up, there's 2 damage.
Yeah.
And then it gets its spirit stones. No, so it's took 2 damage.
6 on the spirit.
Yeah, 6 for him as well. And then you've got the auto cannon. So it's 1 hit with a long barrel auto cannon because it's a heavy 2. It is a wound. -1 it'll be, yeah.
Yes, -1.
So
D3.
doesn't save, so it's D3 damage. 2 damage, which knocks it down to 1, negating on a 6. Yeah, so it's took 2 damage from the las cannon, so he's down to 11. Considering your minuses to hit there, and we'll get rid of these scouts, that was a pretty effective first turn, because you've got no charges and stuff. Could have been better, obviously that guy could have went down, that's pretty lucky on my behalf. But we'll go into, and oh sorry, your score point, so you haven't killed a unit, so you haven't got a kill point, which I expected a unit to be gone there really. Oh sorry, hang on, morale check for the scouts. 5, that would mean the fail because they've lost 9. Do I use a command point? Because that'll deny your first strike. Yeah. Yeah, so they're good on 8, they've passed. So the last scout's still going to be alive there. We'll leave the captain-y type model on. That denies you first strike, but you will be on 2 objectives.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2-0 to the Marines going into Eldar turn 1. So the movement's done. These guys have zipped over here. They haven't advanced. It doesn't make any difference for their guns anyway. The Dark Reapers got out here. Now they're not impacted by the minuses to move and fire. The Autarch will be, but everyone's got out sitting in the cover. The Scouts stayed still. The jetbikes have come over here, the Autarchs and stuff. Basically everyone's within reroll range of an Autarch and stuff. The tank stayed still, and this force here has just zipped over with the Dire Avengers just screening around him a little bit to stop people getting in within an inch and stuff like that. Oh sorry, where is he? There, like that. So can't hastily land any models with jump packs and stuff like that. And those jetbikes just zipped around a little bit just to get out of line of sight of these guys, which will anyway, but in case stuff drops down here, just to force them that round there. So basically they kind of sort of hop up on that crate and stuff like that and get a bit further away, which isn't cover, by the way, not cover if you stand on top of crates, it's a bit silly. So right, we'll go into my psychic phase, and I'm going to spend a command point to do the force here, the channeling, so these guys will get to add 1 to each to their psychic powers.
Have you already taken that off me?
No, you can spend that one now, knocks me down to 2.
You can do your Warlock thing.
No, because I've already got it back around battle round 1. No, I got it down as the game started, didn't I? So I haven't got one battle round 1. Oh, it does, gets it back, nice. So that was free. So we'll start with a Jinx on this guy who has got Mephistian and lots of people in. So it goes off on an 8, which will be in, well, he gets to, it's a 7 normally, but he gets to add 1. So this is now Jinxed. So it's going to be on a -1 on its saves. We're also going to doom it with a force here from down here, which goes off on a 7, so I'll keep that result. There's no deny abilities coming in yet. The force here down here will then fortune the Reapers. Can you just check what fortune is? I think it's a 7.
7.
So I'll reroll, that's passed to 6, because he also benefits from the +1 to the cast roll. So if you pass fortune over, these Reapers are now fortune, so they've got a 5 up, feel no pain. His second power, I'm going to go for smite, which will be this thing, the closest to here, which doesn't go off, but I can reroll because I haven't rerolled yet. 1 or both? Do I go 1 or both? I'm going to go both. So 5, so it does go off. It's the first smite with D3 mortal wounds for the big 3. So he's done 2 powers. This guy's done 1. He'll also go for a smite, which the closest one being this big bird. So I'm looking for a 6 now, which does go off on an 8 for 1. So you've took a mortal wound on the one that's jinxed and protected. Do I attempt to cast with a flyer on 1 wound?
So
no, and I've got a command point left. Yeah, so he's took 3, he's took 1.
He's took 3.
Yeah, he's took 3, he's took 1. Do I attempt to cast with the aeroplane? My head's saying yes.
That's 10. 11.
Let's go for it. Let's go for a smite. Oh, it goes off. It's an 11. It's a super duper duper smite.
Great.
For no D6. D6 mortal wounds. I was more scared that I had perils. 5 on the nearest Storm Raven. Ouch. Ouch.
Right, he's down to 8.
He's down to 8 already, and he has doomed and jinxed. Right, we'll go in.
This is going to be as bad as last week when I rolled loads of 1s for everyone getting out now.
Well, we'll go in Eldar. I tell you, they can hit hard. They can definitely hit hard. So we'll go into the shooting phase and see what we can do. So because there's nothing else in range, these guys have got 2 shuriken cannons and a twin shuriken catapult. They're going to go up into this guy, so we'll just roll them off camera. I'm going to be hitting on 4s. So we ended up with a shuriken catapult hit, which will not wound, and these will wound on 5s, these T7. So we've got 2, 1 at -3 and 1 normal.
So I'll do
the 6 up.
6 on that one.
No, and a 3 up. No, so he's took 2 wounds. I think he started, you say 10 or 12 or something? 14. Oh, that's a decent starting amount. Right. The Farseer down here is going to throw... Oh, I'll wait. Because there's lots that could potentially pop out. I'm going to go with the Wave Serpent. And he's going to shoot his twin Bright Lance at this one. And his shuriken catapults at the same thing. Might as well. So... I'm hitting on 3s, I haven't moved. 4, I've got the crystal targeting matrix, so I did move. Closest unit, I wouldn't be a -1, but you are a flyer, which is -1. So we're hitting on 4s, but I can reroll 1s because there's an autark within 6. He's got 2 hits. Strength 8. He's got 2 wounds. Yeah, you could reroll them anyway because you're doomed. They're -4. There's no save, they're a flat D6 damage each. He's gone, 8 damage. That's the Wave Serpent done. The other gun's gone. I'll get rid of Doom and Jinx because they're not going to come into effect now. Right, does he blow up? I hope not. Because I've got equally as many units that I don't want hurt around there as you have. Right, so this is the roll to see if anyone is slain. So no one's...
2.
He's got 2. Now in there are 5 Death Company, 2... I think it's a Death Company, isn't it?
Death Company,
yeah. So we'll let him get his Dreadnoughts and everything out there. That's good because the Reapers are still to speak. So that's a footprint. The guys have got out, lost a couple of Death Company. We're going to go on to my shots. So this squad here, which has got the 2 shuriken cannons, are going to open up into the Death Company. So we're going to have 6 shots, hitting on 3s. It's not a very good roll. We're going to be wounding on 3s. We've got 2 wounds at no minus.
Yeah, I've got these.
He's failed his save. Sorry we didn't show it in a feel no painy. So he's failed a feel no painy. That one. So we'll go with the... We're going to measure this guy. Do us a favour. Just measure 12 inches. See what's...
From him?
No, from the Farseer. Yeah, I knew your flyer would be out of range just. So he's going to put his... He's going to go everything into that Death Company squad. So we're going to go... He's hits on 2. So he's 4 twin shuriken cannon. There is an autark somewhere. Not within 6 though, but that'll not matter. Oh, that hit. I'm looking for 4s to wound, 6s are good. Oh god. So there's 2 blade storms, so 2 at -3. And then you've got your 2 feel no pains. 1, so 1's still alive. And then he's got his singing spear, which does hit, always wounds on a 2, does wound, no negatives, so you've got a 3 up from the singing spear. So he's saved, so he's good. Next we'll go to the Warlock. He'll do the same thing. He'll go for, actually the Warlock's going to pump his shots into this guy. Into these guys, sorry. So we'll do the twin shurikens first from the bike, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Looking for 4s to wound, 6s are good. Just 1 wound on a normal armour save. I'm guessing you're taking it not shield guy. Yeah. He doesn't have a singing spear, he just has the blade. You've left me lots of choices now, you know. Right, the back unit of Avengers are going to go into the Doodles. So there's going to be 10 shots from 5 guys into the champions. So hitting on 3s. I think that was a miss. Wounding on 4s, 6s are good. Oh, good. So there's, as I said, if these get the blade storms off, they're really good against Marines. So 2 at -3 and 1 normal. So you'll have to decide who you're taking them on because you do have a storm shield there, don't you?
You're right.
But they're only single wounds, aren't they? So you can start with a normal one. Just go with a normal one on the guy with not the storm shield, because if he dies, then you've got 2 3 up invulns. So I would do it. Because you don't want to take a -3 on a non-storm shield, so on the storm shield first and lose them.
I'll take them first and I'll do them on the storm.
Okay.
And then I'll do the other one last.
Yeah. Do your way.
Does that not make sense?
I would do the 3 up one first, because then he passes.
Right, okay. 3 up on him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good.
And then 2, 3.
One at a time.
1 on him.
Yeah, and then you can decide for the second one, because they're only single damage. If the storm shield dies, then you've got a 6 up.
There's that much shooting.
But you can't roll 2 at the same time.
Right,
so I'm saying you have to roll 1, because if he dies, then the other guy's got a 6 up armour. Whereas if you pass it, then you've got another 3 up.
But if I... but I could pass it on a 3 twice, couldn't I?
Yeah, but which one would you pass, the first or second, if you roll 2 dice at the same time? That's what I'm saying. If you roll 2 dice at the same time...
I'm saying if I take them singly on the Storm Shield.
Oh, yeah, but do one at a time, so you decide to... Cause
I'm going to do that, like. I'm going to take them singly on the Storm Shield.
On the Storm Shield, yeah. It's the way you have to do it. So he's passed the first one, he'll take the second one, he's passed. He would have passed on the guy with the normal armour for the first one. Right, the next squad will do the same. The squad in front, we'll just try and rinse these guys away. Again, there's no auto in range. So we're looking for 4s. Just 1 wound this time, pretty bad. Standard save on the normal guy, I'm guessing.
Oh,
he's dropped. You'll be happy to know I've still got millions of guns. So this guy on foot is going to do... Oh, I'm going to wait. Although no, I'll still not be able to target anything with him. He's going to throw his spear at that. And he's going to shoot his pistol at him. So his pistol hits. Wounds, so you've got a 3 up.
Yes, it's a 5.
Saved. And then his spear, I'll be hitting on a 3 because you're a flyer. Nope, can't reroll as well because there's no autark. Which leaves me with these guys, the Reapers, and my autark. And it's the flyer. So the flyer, you don't have an inven, do you, on Mephiston? Nope. Ooh. Right, I tell you what, the Reapers, because there's still some guys in here, aren't there? How many wounds is that on? 11. I'm going to put the Reaper Exarch into the guys down there that are 36 inches away, so you'll get 2d6 shots. Then I'm going to do... all the Reapers at that. 8. So the Reapers hitting on 3s because they don't suffer any negatives, and the rerolling 1s because there's an autark. So we've got all hits. Wounding on 3s. That makes a big difference. That's a terrible wound roll.
Very lucky there.
You did. I'm debating the command point already. Yeah. Let's go for it. Yeah, so that's 3 wounds. You can knock me down a command point. I can't get that one back. So you're at a -2. 3 saves of a 5 up required. Each one's a flat 3 damage. Are you using any command points there? That's 9 damage. I don't know how many wounds he's got. 11. And let's go have a think. Don't know. I'm baiting him. With your command points, it's seriously have a think about how effective it makes it on 3 wounds, or does having the extra wounds help on his profile? He's going to keep it. He is thinking he's got lots of saves coming up. So we've got 2d6 shots with a Tempest launcher. Oh, Dean. So the Reaper Exarch hits on a 3. He actually rerolls 1s himself if he misses. But he can reroll 1s either way. So they all hit. It is strength 4, so it'll be wound the Marines on 4s, but it is -2, which helps if I can get a good wound roll. So we've got 5. Look at that. There's exactly 5 in the squad. 5 saves of -2 with a Tempest launcher on the squad down there. We've got a couple of saves, so we've knocked 3 down. That's good. I'll take that. Right. This guy's going to shoot his sniper rifle. I was debating a grenade at that guy, which I probably should do, but I'm going to go sniper rifle for the chance of a mortal wound. He's missed on a 2, so that makes that easier to work out. Right. The autark is going to shoot. Ooh. No. Because I moved as well, so I'd be on 4s to hit that, rerolling 1s. I'm going to wait. Oh, still got lots of options. Right. This autark is going to put both his thingy guns into that Death Company guy, because I forgot he's closer, because that's a character. Right, so he's going to put his double shuriken catapults into him, and I'm going to shoot his fusion gun into this. Actually, I'll go with this guy first, because he hasn't got the fusion gun. I'm going to go laser lance into that. I'm going to go twin shurikens into that. Yeah. So the twin shurikens hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, wounding on 4s. That's what I was looking for. So there's a 1 at -3 and a 1 normal.
Who's this on?
The Death Company dude, which will open up my flamers to whoever.
Right,
so you're looking for a 6, yeah, which you get, and then you're looking for a 3 up. Oh, curse you! Right, and then on the flyer with the lance, we hit. And we don't wound on a 1. So the next guy is going to go... Oh, I don't really want to do all that on there. He'll do the same. Little guns at him. And then he's got a fusion gun as well. So we're going to go his lance and fusion gun. Actually, let's just end this. This is going to go for your flyer. So 2d3 auto hits. So we've got 4 wounding on 3s. So we've got 2 wounds. It's at minus something. Yeah, so it's -4, 2 damage each. That's enough. It's gone. Does he blow up? Please don't, maybe. No, he doesn't go. And there is guys in there as well, isn't there? 5 guys and another dread.
1, there's 6 guys and 7 dice.
Another 2. You could command point one of those.
Yeah.
No, keeping them. Right, we'll let these guys get out within 3.
How quickly the 4 at the start.
That's good, which leaves me with the Autarch here now. So he's going to put his little guns into the tactical squad. He's going to put his fusion gun. Do I just go everything? I can't target any of the characters. Because the dreads are all characters, aren't they? So... Yeah. We'll do the lance into the champion, and we'll do the little guns and the fusion gun down here. So I've still got this guy left as well who can target a character. Actually, which one's your Librarian Dread with all the super duper kill you stuff?
The Unleash Rage one is the one with the sword. That one is the one with shield and wings.
Right. My Autarch is going to shoot.
How good is shield and wings?
He's going to shoot my fisting. So a hit on it, 2 normally, 3 because I moved, and I can reroll 1s. 3, so hit. It's strength 8, so he's 3s to wound because he's T5, aren't you?
Yes.
It is a wound. It's -2 on my fisting, so he'll be on a 4 up because he's got his Artificer armour. Hasn't he got a 2 up save normally? Pretty sure he does. Yeah. So you've got a 4 up save. I've got a feeling this guy might be swallowing the wound anyway. No. He's failed. So 2 up, yeah. So the champion's going to take it in the thingy. We'll do his other shots because I said I was putting the catapults and the lance into the little squad down here. So we can reroll the 1s because he's an Autarch. So we've got 4 hits, sorry. I'm looking at that, thinking I'd moved. We've got 1 wound so far. That's cocked. 1 wound. Just 1 normal wound to save on the Marine squad.
No.
And we've got the lance as well, which you can reroll 1s, which is hit, which does a wound at -4, 2 damage, so that's 1 Marine gone.
Oh, right, straight up.
Yeah. Right, so that could have went better. That didn't go as good as I thought. I'm laughing.
That's only because he's still alive, isn't it? That's why.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, I was trying to get rid of the screens, the shields, right. But we'll see. So I've got some decisions to make now. You know, whether I go all out and really try and cause some hurt this turn, which I think I might do before, because you've got no psychic defences on or anything like that, have you? But it's risky because my dudes could be battered. So we'll start with this Autarch. This one. We'll start with this one. He's going to charge everybody within 12. He's got a Banshee Mask, he can't overwatch. So basically the reason I'm doing that is I can see how far I get.
Tied up.
Well, not everybody's tied up because I have to be within an inch of them, but it lets me see how far I get and then decide who I want to tie up. So there's no hurt to me because you can't overwatch. So the first guy, let's see what he gets, an 11. So he's basically, I can't fly now, but we can look, an 11's an exceptional roll, isn't it really? So it lets us go where I want. So we'll put him in and then we'll decide where we're going with everybody else. So next at Dire Avengers are going to charge Death Company and Mephiston. Well, they're not getting in anywhere fast. This guy, same tactic, everybody within 12, because he's got a Banshee Mask as well. So he's got a 5. Again, that will limit him, but we'll see where he can go. So I've elected to go in against a tactical squad. Because that heavy flamer could cause problems next turn, especially for my Reaper squad, if they're still alive. He's going to charge Mephiston as well. 4 inches isn't enough. How many command points have I got? 2?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorely tempted. Yeah, we'll reroll 1. 5 inches? Doesn't look like enough. Nah, he's still out. He's still out, so you can knock me a command point down again. Oh, see, I want to kill that Marine squad. I think I've got enough to do it, but just in case that scout's going to go in as well. He's in 7. Put him there. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to leave it there. Actually, I'm tempted that the jetbikes are going to come in against the Death Company guy as well. Yeah, that's enough. Only a few inches away. So we'll come back with some combat. So yeah, the Dreadnoughts heroically intervened there. To be honest, I expect that guy to be dead anyway. But it's just about Maybe's trying to get an extra kill point to get rid of that Marine squad now. Because I've just got a feeling he'll take off the Flamer last. So you're probably going to spend command points to interrupt. So with that in mind, I'm going to go again with my Autarch against Mephiston. So all these attacks hitting on 2s. So a full round of hits. Be wound on 3s because you're strength toughness 5, aren't you? I'm strength 6 on the charge. We've got 3 wounds. And these are at -4, 2 damage a pop. That's why I was going to put both of them into him. So you'll be saving on 6s. No, and then he's got his feel no pain, hasn't he? Yeah. So he's got 5 feel no pains on a 5 ups, command points.
6.
Oh, sorry.
5.
Yeah, 6 saves of 5 up and a command point in hand because you got a better chance of rolling a 5 than you have a 6 on the armor save. Oh, he hasn't passed any yet.
He's dead. He's dead.
How many wounds he got? 5. Yeah, so he's failed 6. So yeah, that is Mephiston gone. That is terrible rolling, Scott. But these things happen sometimes. It's all about learning. It's all about learning, and you've learned the hard way. But are you spending any points to interrupt now? Because it would be 2 points to kill a scout, or put a couple of attacks on it. No?
No, it'd be a waste.
It would be a waste, I think. So we'll go 2 attacks on that Death Company guy. 2 hits. I'll be wounded on 5s. I've got my wound. Will the Death Company guy fall to a jetbiter? No, he doesn't. And you're not interrupting, no?
No.
No, so we're going to do the next Autarch on that tactical squad. He's all hit. These will kill on 3s. So we've got 2, which is enough for the score because it's -4, 2 damage. He'll not pale in any closer to any models or anything like that because it's just going to take him closer to your Dreadnought, which is probably going to eat his face next turn anyway. Well, you weren't a target of my charge, so I can't attack you this turn with a heroic intervention. So that is my combat done, so you might as well go back.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. He's 3 attacks, isn't he?
Your Death Company, yeah, because you've got a chainsaw. Are you putting them against the bikes or the Autarch?
I'll put them against the Autarch.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're looking for 3s. They've all hit. Your strength 4 against... Are you strength 5 Death Company or 4? Right, so he's got your strength 4, so you would wound on 4s against T4, but you were charged, so it's 3s. 3 saves. So this guy gets a 3 up save on his bike or a 4 up in run. Oh. He's passed them all.
Should have gone into bike, shouldn't I?
You get loads of attacks against this guy. He's dead. Unless you absolutely whiffle. So the Librarian Dreadnought's hitting on 2s. This guy's dead unless you roll a 1-1. Well, he's dead. 2s to wound. Yep, he is dead. So we'll take him off. I needed to make sure that Marine squad died, but in essence it's cost me a point. Right. So you can now make a 3-inch consolidate move. Yeah, it's probably tied between those guys. And at the end of that turn, we'll count up the Eldar points. So we'll score 1 point there, 2, 3, 4 on the objectives. We killed 2 Storm Ravens.
Yep.
We killed Mephiston, the thingy squad.
That squad there.
An attack squad, so we got 5. 5 on the kill points, 4 on the objectives, takes us to 9. And first strike. And Scott scored a bonus kill point for killing that ranger there, the Pathfinder. So we're going to go into Marine turn 2. Some hard units to arrive now, but boy are those reinforcements needed. And we'll see what Scott can do. So movement, we'll just point out these guys down here passed the morale check as well. Well, you rolled a 6, would have lost the guy, but they shall know no fear. These guys have stayed still. The Dreadnoughts have moved up. The Tech Marine moved round and healed this. After it done it gets a bombing run once a game, so he thought I might as well use it on the Autarch, because next turn he's going to be up here somewhere and might not pass over anybody. Didn't cause a mortal wound. The Tech Marine healed 2 wounds back on it, so it's back up to full. And then we've dropped in both Smash Captains and the other guys down here. So we do have Psykers on the field now. Yeah. There is going to be a Psychic phase. And we're going to let Scott have a think about what he wants to do, because I've got plenty deny abilities as well.
Warp charge of 6.
So Unleash Rage on the Blue Librarian. Yeah.
Yeah. No. One with the sword, sorry. One with the sword's got Unleash Rage.
Okay, so this guy's going Unleash Rage. Ooh, it's an 11. You know what? They can do 2 powers, can't they?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to attempt to deny with the plane. That's miles away. Well, it's not miles away, it's within range. Just because it can. No, it doesn't deny, so Unleash Rage goes off. You want to put the card next to him so we don't forget?
It's only 1 attack.
Doesn't matter, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I should have given it to somebody else. But no. Right.
Second power, or do you want to move on to somebody else?
I'm going to do Shield of Sanguinius on... Yeah, I'm going to do Shield of Sanguinius on him.
Yeah. Is that him casting it yet? So it is 1 of 2. Right, so we're going to start with either one. Well, Smite will hit this guy from this guy, and this guy will hit the Reapers.
He'll do the Reapers.
Yeah, okay. Smiting the Reapers. Oh. It's a fail. Are you command pointing it? Yeah, you've got tons now, haven't you? So
I'm down to 7. Down
to 7. And re-rolling the 1, I'm guessing. So it goes off on a 6. I'm going to attempt to deny with one of the Forciers. That one.
Shouldn't be too difficult for you.
So it does deny on a 9.
Right, now he'll try and smite.
Which will be the Autarch on a 6 up, yeah. Goes off. I'm going to attempt to deny with the same Forcier, because I haven't re-rolled any dice yet. 7, I'll re-roll this one. It's denied on a 10, because I can re-roll any amount of dice, which leaves...
Oh, actually, did mine go off? Because it's +1 in it. What did I get? Did it even go off?
No, I think that got it still. Because you'll be... you're a +1 to your deny in 12.
No, what I'm saying is, when I roll for smite...
No, it still went off. It still went off, yeah. It was a 5 then a 6. It definitely went off, but it's been denied.
Okay. And then I'll put shield on him.
On him as well, so boosting up 1, yeah? Yeah. So 7, so I'll attempt to deny this with a second Forcier.
It's gone off on 6.
So we'll attempt with the second Forcier. He's got a 7, which will not be enough. I'm going to re-roll this dice. It's a 9, so he's denied the shield as well. So we knew that was a risk with so many Psykers around, but he's got his Unleash Rage come off. We're going to go into the shooting phase and see what hurt he can put on us. With very limited guns, but he has some strats up his sleeve. Yeah. So he's starting with a cheeky Hellfire Shell with this guy, and the rest of the squad isn't in range. You need to 5 up. Are you command pointing it?
Yeah.
Oh, close. Down to 5 command points. That would have done it though. Well, unless I rolled a 6 or something, but that would have been D3 mortal wounds. I think that was definitely worth a sneaky shot. So these guys are all out of range of everything. Yeah. So they'll be moving down. There's Dreadnoughts, Fire, and these guys as well. Okay, so heavy flame onto the Reapers. 3 hits, wounding on 3s. Got 2 wounds, 1 wound, sorry. I'm guessing you're not command pointing any of those. It's a -1. Reapers get a 3 up, 2 up in the cover, back up to a 3. We save the Reaper.
And then,
has he got a Stormbolter as well?
No.
Has he got this guy as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll do his heavy flame out into the Autarch, I think.
You sure?
I know.
Same target, Reapers? Yeah. Good choice. 5, that's better. Wounding on 3s. Oh, just 2. Some wound rolls letting you down there again. 2 saves as well, with the being in the craters helping them out. Which leaves you with the Tech Marine, still got guns, doesn't he?
Yeah, but
well, he can't shoot any of those, they're all in combat, so you might as well.
But it's a range thing, isn't it? He's got a flamer.
But your flamer will be in range of definitely the Avengers in that cover. And whether he wants to shoot back, well, let him have a think.
Yeah, just a strip.
So yeah, sorry, forgot this guy had a harness because he's not WYSIWYG, so he's going the plasma cutter, the flamer, and his bolt gun all into the Autarch. So it's just a normal flamer, so it's D6.
Yep.
D6 auto hits is 5, nice. So be wound on 4s.
2.
2 wounds. We've got 3 ups. So he's failed 2.
Okay.
You'll have
right, the plasma cutter.
4 wounds left. I'm assuming you're not overcharging.
No. I'll do the bolt gun first. It was within 12, so 2 shots.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 hit. It does wound. Here's another wound.
And then the plasma cutter.
I've got 3 wounds left. You can't kill him, so it's not worth an overcharge. But it's your call.
With the plasma cutter.
So plasma not overcharging.
Not overcharging.
No. He has hit. He wound on a 3.
Wounded.
Does wound. We've got a 4 up in one. Can he make a save? Oh, he makes that one. So he's down to 3 wounds now. That's pretty good shoot from the temporary, no? 3 wounds on an Autarch. It's not bad. Right. So you've got your flyer, and you've got these with that.
Yeah. I'm going to do Angelus bolt guns into the Dark Reapers.
Okay, yeah.
I get 10 shots with that.
And you'll be hitting on 3s.
Actually, I get 8 because there's only 4 of them.
Okay.
So
yeah, these are hitting on 3s, rerolling all misses because they're within range of the Warlord. That's a pretty good hit roll anyway. Nice. So 1 miss, they'll wound on 3s. That's not very good. So that's 3 wounds. There's no minus on the Angelus, is it?
Yes,
there's a -1. Alright, so I'll go back up to a 3 from being in the cover. And they do have Fortune on the Reapers, so we're looking for a 5 up. No, so we've got a Reaper down. So I'm going to take the closest guy. Makes that charge 10 inches rather than 9 inches. I think that's the flyer left, isn't it? Because the captains will be out of grenade range. You've got a bolt. Oh no, he got rid of his bolt pistol, didn't he? The Death Company. But does he keep it?
No, I think I got rid of it because he's got a bolt gun. So I got rid of it and put the chainsaw in.
So let him have a think for the flyer. I think he's going to try and get rid of this so it doesn't do what it wants to do for the rest of the game.
I'm wondering whether or not the D6 will be enough.
I think if you get a good hit, like a 3 or 4 hit on it would be enough, but it's because it's 2 las cannons, it's not twin, isn't it? So you can split the las cannons, and it's got the auto gun would be a bit meh. I wouldn't be sure on that, but it is close to. This guy's in combat. This guy's an 1.5 inches away, and that guy's an inch and whatever. They're equal distance, so it could go against that Autarch.
I will fire the last cannons at the Autarch.
Both of them? He's got a 4 up in one. I'd be tempted to go, if you want to remove that, both las cannons into that and the cheeky auto cannon into the Autarch, or even all into that because he's hitting it on 5s. And you only need a wound, so that auto cannon will wound it on a 3 as well because it's only toughness 6. And you're maximising it. If you want that dead, because obviously this guy, you should rinse him in combat, unless I roll really good on my saves. And he's got no fusion gun for when you charge in, he's got the lance, so it's not like I can cause D6 and then another 2. Like, that guy technically could kill a Dreadnought if you charge him, if I hit twice with both weapons. Your call though. Choice. Yeah, he's going all in. So, hits on a 3 normally, because he's back up his full profile. -1, doesn't have machine spirit because he moved, so he's on a 4. And this guy's a late. As a flyer, makes it a 5 because he's within inside. He's 12.
So I need 12 dice for me missiles. Then the last cannons in the auto cannon.
I've got a beard now by the time he's decided. So he's going last cannons, auto cannons into this. 3 of the missiles into this as well, and 3 missiles into the Reapers.
So I'll do the 3 missiles first.
Whew! I tell you what, roll the last cannons and stuff first because they're the ones that are likely to get rid of this.
So last cannon.
Hitting on 5s. You got your hit. Are you command pointing the hit roll or not? I wouldn't because you'll be wounded on 3s. Keep it for the wound roll.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, wounds on a 3. It does wound. Save of a 6. No, D6 damage.
It's dead.
It might not be, but it probably is. That's what I mean, if you'd roll a 1 or something, there's a chance, but it should be dead. Yeah, it's dead. Does it go kaboomy? It doesn't. So we can just take that off. That's well done. You've got it.
Oh, I need it. I feel
well,
like I've achieved
that's
something.
double bonus, I think, when they die, because it's a Psyker and a pretty nasty plane.
Does it explode?
It didn't. I rolled.
Oh, sorry.
So the missiles are gone there. The Orcans are gone. We've got 3 missiles into the Reapers.
So it's 6. It's basically 6d6.
Yeah.
2d6.
Should be enough to get through them. I mean, the armour's going to help out. The heavy armour and having fortune on should help out as well.
Right, so 18,
20, that's
20,
30. Exactly 30. Hitting on 5s will come back worse. So he's got 10 hits out of those 30, which is bang on average. If you wound on 3, sorry, with strength 4.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's 7 wounds.
The
There's no negative on this though, is there?
No, it's just standard.
So I've got 7 2-ups. I've got 7 dice in my pocket. See if we can keep some Reapers alive. Oh, we've failed 3. And then they've got fortune. So we've saved 2 and lost 1. So I've got another Reaper. So what I'll do is I'll move the other Reaper that's a little bit closer to the Dreadnought. Because Craters are a -2 to charge through. So you're going to need a Snake Eye should help you fail. I can't move anybody else further away from here. They're still... Actually, you know what? Yeah, they're equal distance. They were like 10 inches on or something, so 9 inches. Yep. Actually, my head's down. Let's take this guy. We'll take that guy. Just in case it pushes your charge from your Warlord dudes down a bit more. Right, I think that's it. That's the end of the shooting phase. So no kill points as yet. Couple of Reapers killed. The jet's gone, which is a big thing. It's charge phase, isn't it?
I get a kill point for killing.
You do get a kill point, yeah? You've got a kill point for that so
charge
far.
Phase, isn't it? Yes.
So, who's going where?
Right, so I'm going to charge this Dread, this Librarian Dread.
Into the Autarch. Yeah, we'll do... That's how roll your charge rolls. We'll do Overwatch off camera. So he's definitely in. And he's got his Unleash Rage. I don't have enough points to interrupt or anything like that. He's going in against the Reapers, you said, yeah?
He's going into the Reapers, yeah.
Yeah. So mate, he's definitely only got a 12.
So
sitting on the objective. He'll cause me a problem because I can't fall back and shoot.
Tech Marine is going to try and come this way.
And get rid of those, get rid of those bikes on the objective. Good plan, yeah.
Only 4.
I think it should be enough. Measure it, because that jet bike's pretty close.
He gets it in.
Yeah, so he's there.
Yeah.
And
right,
then
so
these are the big rolls.
Right, now.
I'll tell you what, do you want us to do the Overwatch first before you come back to these?
Yeah,
do you want to do all your charge rolls to see?
No, we'll do
Overwatch.
We'll do the Overwatch.
So, no hits down here. I actually got 5 hits with a Reaper X-Arch, but didn't cause any wounds. Obviously, no Overwatch do down there, no hits here. So, it's all good. He's debating his Descent of Angels and stuff now. So, I'm going to move this Fortune card out the way. So, this guy, Descent of Angels has been played. He's going against the Reapers and the Autarch, who is the Warlord, and the Farseer, just in case he gets his distance.
9.
He needs a 9. He's got it. He's got it. So that's enough. So we'll do some Overwatch again. Autarch. No. And the Farseer with his spear. No. So we've got no hits. So you can go in where he wants.
Okay, I'll go. There they go. Right. So I will send.
So these guys are all 10 inches basically from that Reaper squad now that the models have died. Or I think 9 inches from this guy.
So Smash Captain.
Yeah.
We'll go into these 2.
Okay, we'll do some more. Are you going with the captain first? Because these haven't Overwatched yet.
He soaks their Overwatch.
Okay, we should do. Well, they've got a 2-up armour as well.
Yeah, but I'll go with the captain first,
yep.
I think. And then obviously he
gets to re-roll his fail, doesn't he? If he fails. Yeah, so that's a... Well, your command point now, you're re-rolling. Because 5's a pretty good score. Your call. I'd be tempted to use a command point on the... That's just me.
Because if I re-roll, I have to re-roll both, don't I?
You do with that strat, yeah.
I'll...
It's your call because you've got the other unit to go as well, though. Where's a chance he could get in and they might need a re-roll. Either or unit should have enough to kill these bikes. But that's your call. That's a toughie.
Yes, I'm going to...
If it was me, in this instance, I'd probably not. I'd just use his flat reroll.
I'm going to use reroll. I've got plans for them command points.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to use his reroll.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'd use his reroll, yeah.
No.
It doesn't look like it. No, oh, he's just out, 8-6. And then the other guys, who don't get a reroll, but we've got a command point on standby. Oh, they're in. They're in.
Right, so they're going to take some fire, though.
Out of curiosity, roll a dice. See if you'd have used the command point. Nah, he wouldn't have made it. Good call. So we'll do some Overwatch, we'll come back. Right, so with no command point, well, not enough command points to interrupt, do you want to start with these guys and work round?
Yeah.
So these have all got in Carmine swords, 2 attacks each, hitting on 3s. They'll be wounding on 2s, because it's normally a 3. And I'll be getting no save. So that should be the end of this biker unit. Get Reed back in it. Yeah, so that's good. 6, and you'll be wounding on 2s. They've been drinking, these guys.
Aye. No,
They've been drinking from the grail.
Oh,
It's 2s to wound though, luckily. So 4 at -3, single damage each, kills 2 guys. Because they're 2 wounds each, so we'll take this guy off. We'll take this guy off. We'll do his attack backs off camera because he's not going to do anything. I've got a hit and a wound, but an armor save passed on these on Overwatch. So go next, where you want to go next. So the Tech Marine's going against the base. He's got 3 attacks with an axe hitting on 3s. If he's wounding on his Blue Angels, 2s again, because he'd be strength 5 with the axe. 2 wounds, and these are -2 with an axe, so I do get 6 ups. Nope, so that's 2 wounds, so there'll be a bake dead. What we'll do, we'll take away the guy that's near your Death Company guy.
Alright.
So your Death Company has to put his attacks into the autarch when it comes to it, which is tactics. Because I'm sitting on an objective and I want to make sure I'm still there.
Still on it.
But you get to do your consolidate.
2 servo hits on him though, don't
Yeah, oh, you've still got to hit him, yeah. 2 servo arms, these will hit on 4s. So obviously the Death Company guy was in combat. That guy can then do his further consolidate if he wants to tag us. Yeah, so going down here, Force Halberd.
He's got Unleashed Rage, so he's actually
4 attacks. It's going to make a little difference because they've both got the same profile in terms of damage and going on to his in one.
More dice for me to roll ones on.
Ooh, you do have command points because you haven't used any yet.
I'll use a command point.
Yeah, you have to make sure he gets this guy. So he's got 3 hits. He'll be wounded on 2s. He's got 2 wounds. So we need 2 4-ups, please. Oh, he's failed them both. It's 3 damage anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
So either way, this guy will be gone. So it's pointless even trying to save him. So we've lost an autarch there. So again, that guy can do his 3-inch move. So this Librarian, again, it doesn't matter if he's attacking the Reapers because he cannot make any of the characters. So he's going to be 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. And he will be rerolling 1s because he's within 6 of that captain.
Yes.
And he'll be wounding on... Actually, this does matter because I've got a 3-up armor. So if you use the halberd, I won't get an armor save.
I will use the halberd.
Good point.
Because it's -4 instead of -3.
So the Reapers won't get an armor save. They will get a fortune save on the...
And I'll do a red rampage on him to get the 3 extra wounds.
So you're down to 1 command point as well.
Red rampage. 2.
So he's gone up to 5 attacks. It should be a dead Reaper squad. Oh yeah. No, is he hit on 3s?
No.
He hits on 2s, isn't he? Yeah, he hits on 2s. I was thinking that's a bad roll.
And then
and 2s. And each one of these will be 3 damage. Now they do have fortune, so I should technically go. How many is it? 5.
Yeah.
So 1's dead. 2's dead. 3 dead. I don't know how many are alive. 4 dead. Because there's an Exarch who does have 5 wounds, but yeah, there's more than that, isn't it?
There's 6 of them.
4, so that would be 5 dead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there'll be 1 and the next arc left, so we'll remove those guys. Right, so he's going to put all his attacks into the force here.
4. It's just 4, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your captain's 4 attacks.
He
hasn't got the red rage because he's not the thingy guy. Yeah.
The other one, the one that didn't hit his charge because he's.
So looking for 3s, rerolling 1s.
2.
Yeah, but he's -1 for his hammer.
Yeah. 3's rerolling 1s.
That's not bad.
That's alright.
That's 4 hits.
4.
You'll be wounded on 2s.
Yeah.
He's got 4 wounds. I've got 4 up in him with a force here. He's made 2. The 3 damage each, aren't they?
Yep.
So the force here does have an ignore wounds on a 5. You know what? He's got 5 wounds. You've just killed him.
Oh.
Unless I use a command point, try and keep him alive, which I'm going to. Last command point. He's alive. Do I get it back on a 6? No, I don't. Yeah, the ones on the jet bike get 6 wounds, the one on foot get 5. So this guy, which is important because he's got a D3 damage weapon. So, you now nominate a unit who was in combat. No, that wasn't him, that was your other guy. He'd attack because there was still Reapers there, he's done.
Right, so he did.
He can't go anywhere because he's touching models. But you do have a Death Company guy who's in combat with an autarch. So he can go with 3 attacks.
just standard damage.
Yeah.
Standard.
So 3 attacks because he didn't charge and he wasn't charged his turn. He's got his 3 hits. He'd be wounded on 4s. Got 2 wounds. God, wow, I can't make saves with these autarchs, can I? So he's on 4 wounds. And I think that's it, isn't it? We'll do some little attack backs for the other units off camera and we'll maybe come back and see what happens down here. Yeah, so the Autarch's done a wound on the Death Company guy. No wounds with the Jetbike. He's got 2. If he makes double 6 here, that's a good, very good turn. No, alright, so that Death Company guy's gone. Am I going to follow up? No. I'm just going to stay where I am. I think give me some freedom of movement. Down here, we did a wound with a Jetbike. I shouldn't laugh, but it's like not expected to. So down here, we'll go with the Autarch first. So 4 attacks with his glaive. Hits on 2s, you roll 1s. They all hit. If you wound on 3s, they all wound. So you've got your 3 up in runs 4 times. Oh, he's failed 2. Oh, these are 6 damage each. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Are you command pointing it? Oh, you've used a command reroll this phase, haven't you?
Yes,
yes. So you've used it's 2d3 damage. I've got no command points left. 4 damage. 4 damage on him. He's got, I think he's got a wound left. The captain gets 5.
No, wait, 5.
So the force here can reroll 1s. He's got his 2 hits. He wounds on 2s. He's got 1 wound. Now you need to make an armor save. There's no negatives. He's failed. And it's D. How many wounds you got? 1. That's D3 damage. He's gone. Oosh. That was highly unexpected. That was unexpected. They can do that 3-inch move, but I think I'm good where I am. And what I'm going to do, I think at the end of that time, we'll total up the points anyway. So you're going to score 2 for objectives. Well, actually, we need a leadership test on the Reapers. I've lost 6. I need a 1 or a 2 here. Oh! So the Reapers are okay and they're not in combat now. That's important because the captain died. That was unexpected. Right, but you do get a kill point for an Autarch. You get it. No, you get a kill point for the flyer you killed this turn. 2, you get a... Did you kill the Jetbikes? No. 2. So you're on 2 kill points, 2 objective points, another 4 points. That was lucky for me though at the end of that. That was really lucky. So yeah, so the totals at the minute, Scott's looking at 3 kill points, 4 objective points for a total of 7. I'm looking at 7 kill points, 4 objective points in first strike. So that's 12, and I'm yet to take my second turn. You know, like I said, I'm not being... We're doing this on purpose. It's more like, you know, he's testing his list, seeing if he needs it, thinking, is this guy worth the points now? You know, because now he's looking, he's quite thin. Once he gets in and smashes stuff, what's left isn't really a lot to hold stuff, so is it worth taking more holding units, a chunkier? You know, you can almost get a Land Raider, a couple of Razorbacks, a couple of tactical squads, a couple of Devastator squads maybe, for some long range fire, Centurion squads.
There's a lot of painting in there.
There's a lot of painting, but you've got lots of paint. I know, I'm just saying, it's giving you ideas, isn't it, and thinking about stuff. So the Eldar are a hard counter to Marines, but as you've seen, you've eliminated a lot of threats here. You know, you've took an Autarch out, you're pretty much barring odd command reroll. Oh, actually, these will need to make a morale check. That guy won't because he lost 1. 5, 2, 7. They're good because they're only in squad. Yeah, it was 2 dead, I think. Yeah, so they're good. So we're going to go into the end of my movement phase and see what we can do. So the end of the movement phase, these guys have dropped in down here. Looking to maybe get a kill point for these guys. Or, you know, if all things went brilliantly, kill 1, charge in, kill him, then that would be fantastic. This guy's fell out of combat. The Shining Spears have dropped in down here. The Psychers have converged down towards this guy. This flew over here. Obviously the characters are still the closest targets. The Reapers and the Autarch stayed still. They didn't need to do any movement really. And that Autarch zipped in the middle of these guys. I think they stayed still yet. These guys got a good advance roll, so they're now within 3 of that, scoring me that because they're troops. So, we're going to go into the Psychic phase. Whew. I think this is, if this goes well this turn for me, it could be brutal. If not, then I think, actually, you know, if I do a really whiff phase, which I hope I don't, the Blood Angels could then smash back at all the key targets, but this is pivotal, I think, and it's only turn 2, I think this is the pivotal phase. So, we're going to start with this force here, who's going to smite the Smash Captain. And it goes off on a 7. You do have a deny. Wait there, I'm debating. I'm going to re-roll this.
Yes!
It's a super smite. You're not going to like what I've got to say though. So
you don't get perils.
I do, but on a perils, if it's his own perils, his feel no pain goes to a 2 up on the wounds.
Man.
So I'll keep that. I'm not going to command reroll the other thing, which means you can deny on a 12. It's worth a shot because I think it's D6 mortal wounds coming in on your captain. Or you can keep it. There is a lot of psychic power still to go around.
They can only do 1 a turn.
I can do 2, you can deny 1. So this guy's got a second power, he's got a power, he's got 2 powers. No? So it's D6 mortal wounds, 4 wounds on Smashy, but he does have his feel no pain. And it's D3 mortal wounds on myself for 1. He's passed it on a 6, he doesn't take the mortal wound. I told you weren't going to like it.
No, I don't like that at all.
Oh, so he's took 4 down to 1.
Wow, hey man, this is
Right, I'm going to fortune. The same Psyker is going to fortune. No, I'm going to wait because if he explodes, it's all going to go bad. So this guy's going to smite, closest target being your smash captain. We're looking for a 6. We can reroll both of those dice, please, because it's a different force here. Double 1 twice. You take that one, so a mortal wound on himself, and he passes it. So no mortal wounds. His second power is I'm going to doom your this is from the same guy, sorry. It was used his reroll. I'm going to doom your librarian dread. This one. So that goes off on a 9. So that is doomed. Well, he's spent. He's got 1 left. He's got 1. So 2 more powers. The ones I can cast are Guide, Fortune, and Protecting Jinx. So I'll let you have a thing. That was a 9 though. You will deny on any 9 because you'll match it with your +1. No. So he's doomed. We're going to jinx this guy with this guy. So we're looking for a 7. Oh, it's an 11. It goes off. Or you attempt to deny that because that's -1 to his save. Invuns included. No. So he is jinxed for his last wound. And that's it. I think I've done smite, doom. Oh, I've got 1 left with this guy. Do I fortune? Did I try and cast fortune and fail or not? No. I'm going to fortune them. That's definitely cocked. But it's going to go off either way. So it's a 10. Yeah, so it'll be 10 to deny, worth a shot. It's a deny, well done.
I can't believe that.
It was written in the stars. So we'll go into the shooting phase. It could be brutal. So we're going to start the shooting phase. These are going to put not the flamer shots into these guys. So 5, if I hit, I get to do a second hit. So I'm looking for 3s. So 4 of them can shoot again. Well, that wasn't very good. So another 1 can shoot again. Up to a maximum of 3 hits. So 6 hits. Looking for 3s to wound. We've got 5 wounds. So 5 saves of a 6. Nope. So that's a kill point for that squad. They've done their job. I was going to go against these guys in the crater, but I think I'd rather go for the kill point. This guy's going to pump his shots into here. So we're looking for 3s because he can fall back and shoot because he's got fly. And we're looking for 3s to wound because it's strength 6. We get 2 wounds, no minus, so you're on 2 ups in the crater. We're looking for 1-1 to kill a guy. Oh no, well done.
Only just made.
Right, these guys are going to put all their guns into this guy. I'm going to roll it off camera. The X-Arc can reroll failed wounds on vehicles and monsters, but their lancers aren't in range because they're only 6. It's just going to be the shuriken catapults. So just off the shuriken catapults and obviously the rerolls for doom and stuff. And like we said, the X-Arc can reroll failed wounds anyway. We've got 5 blade storm wounds on a 6 and 3 normal ones. So
5.
5 at -3 will be 5 6-ups, yeah. So it's 5 wounds down, and then he's got 3 normal ones. Does he get 8 wounds?
Yeah.
So he's took 6 wounds down to 2. Is that right?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So this guy who's got the fusion gun is going to put his twin shuriken catapults into this. He's going to put his lance into this and fusion into the fresh guy. So the fusion hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. It's hit, wounds on a 3. It doesn't wound, right. So we've got the, what I say is lance, misses, reroll 1s, hits, wounds on a 5, rerolling for doom. Nope, so it's just these shuriken catapults. And they've all hit. And you are doomed, so you can reroll all those. Look at that, it goes from none to 1 at -3 and 1 normal. And you've got 2 wounds left.
Yeah.
So a 6 up. No, and then a 3 up. Oh, does he blow? He doesn't blow. That's good. We got rid of him. That was Biggie. Biggie McBiggie. Right. Moving swiftly on. Trying to get Scott. Look at me.
Trying to get me home.
Well, we've got options. These guys, I'm going to do this guy into this guy. See if they'll actually, we'll go from the back. So the Farseer is going to go into here with his twin. And he's going to throw his spear backwards at that guy. So a 2 to hit the dread because the characters that can ignore characters. So he's hit them. Wounds on a 2. It does wound. You've got a 3 up save with the dread because there's no minuses. He's failed another dreadnought save. Are you command pointing that? Because it's D3 damage this one.
No.
No. So it's 2 wounds on that dreadnought. And then we've got 4 shots going into your slam captain. Can reroll 1s because the Autarch's within 6. And we're looking for 4s. Oh my god. Well, it doesn't matter because they, well, it does. It doesn't. They're all on 3 ups because they'll all go on your shield or your normal armour.
They're on 4 ups because you got jinx.
Oh, well, it does matter then because they'll be. Yeah. Yeah, it's all 4 ups. I'm trying to work it out. Like your arm, if you were in cover, those would be 3 still, but you're not.
4
So you need to make 4 ups.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. He's dead.
Well, you've got a command point left, but there's still 2 more units. Whether you're taking it on the warlord or not, gonna let him go.
No, yeah, this game's done. I'll just roll it. See, now he's dead.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think with that one, that's the end of Slam Captain. So
Again, 3 games in a row now. He's done now.
Again, this guy has to go backwards and pistol, spear into the dread. That's cocked. Needs a 2 rerolling 1s because the Autarch's still within 6. He's hit. Needs a 2 to wound with his singing spear. It is a wound. You need a 3 up save. Another 1 damage then. And he's sure. No, he can't shoot his pistol as well. Sorry. This guy is gonna go with his thingies into this guy. This squad. How many wounds is the dreadnought left on?
5.
No, I'm gonna go against that dread. No, I won't. I'll go against them. So he's hit with them all. Looking for 4s to wound. Just the 1 wound, and you're in cover, so it's a 2 up anyway. Can he tickle the wound off that wounded guy? No, he can't. So the Wave Serpent is going to go shuriken catapults into these guys, and it's going to go twin bright lance into these guys as well. So they are the closest target, so I won't get the -1 to move and fire for the heavy weapon. So we've got 2 hits, wound on 2s, 2 wounds at -4, so you'll be on 5 ups in the cover. 1 goes through, well that'll kill the wounded guy. Should have done it the other way around really. And the Autarch is within 6. So the shuriken catapults have got 3 hits. We're looking for 4s to wound, 6s being nice. 2 wounds, so 2 2-ups for the same squad. Makes them both. I'm going to fire his Serpent Shield. The closest unit is that guy. So on a 2-up, causes D3 mortal wounds. 4. I'll tell you what, we'll double measure because they look close, but I've got a feeling. It's just 2 mortal wounds, sorry, not 4. I think he's closer, isn't he, by looking at it. We'll measure, because if not, it kills one of those, basically. So the Autarch is going to attempt to shoot him. He hasn't moved. Hits on a 2, rerolling 1s. Wounds on a 3. I'm using the solid shot, not the strength 5 one. That is a wound. It's at -2. So you're looking for a 5 up.
3.
It's D3 damage. Oh, it's 3 damage. It's a Reaper launcher. Does he blow? Oh, right, we're there. This could sting. So, well, he can't die, but it's D3 mortal wounds on this guy. It's vengeance, so isn't it? At least it's something. So he's down to 3.
Too little, too late now, mate.
it's going to be D3 on your flyer. What's the full 3? It's going to be D3 on this Autarch, who hasn't lost any yet. So 2 on the Autarch, so he'll be down to 3. And D3 on the Reapers. 2. So I'll take that one off and wound the Exarch. So the Exarch is on the last wound. He's on 3 wounds. Everybody else is out of range. Which means I do have an Exarch left with a missile launcher to shoot. So he's going to go into the plane because you cannot really see anything else. So he hits on a 3, rerolls 1s, wounds on a 3, is a wound, -2, so 5 up on the plane. They always made it. And the plane took, I don't know if we covered it, took the 3 mortal wounds. So that's everything over here done. This guy, had he fired? I don't even think he'd fired, had he?
I can't remember off the first dreadnought.
So down here, this squad's going to put all guns into him because he is the closest character. So we're looking for 3s. And there's nobody within range to help him. We're looking for 4s.
He's hard to hit.
No, this is against your Tech Marine.
Oh, I saw you.
So we've got 2 wounds, but one's at -3 and one's on normal. So he's past the -3 and he's past the normal. And then we've got the jet bike. It does wound because it's strength 6, but it's just a normal save. 3, so he's good. And I think that's it. I think that's it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to charge that into them. And that should stop you picking on who you want to go and get to. So you get some Overwatch 6. Well, if it's 2 or 3 down, I think that's probably enough with the range of its hull. We'll measure up though. So 6 inches did make it in just. And I'm pretty convinced that's the only charge I want to make because that's all I need to do. Sorry, we haven't shot this squad. They're going to shoot into the plane, but we'll do that later because I don't think it'll cause any damage. And then this gets 3 attacks, hitting on 6s. Nope, no hits. So you get to do some attacks back against that. So hitting on 3s. It's pretty good. Wounding on... No, they've normally got strength 5, so they'll be wounding on 5s. But they were charged, they'll be wounding on 4s.
They're normally strength 4.
Yeah, but the sword's +1.
Oh, yeah.
5s.
Oh, okay.
So on T6, so they'll be wounding on 4s. 1 wound at -3. So
No,
I've got
-1. No, is it?
the sword's got to be -3 and in Carmine. It's -3.
Oh, yeah.
D6 up which it fails and a Spirit Stone save, which it fails, so it drops down to 10 wounds. It's D3, yeah. 10 wounds. Or you could use you've got no out on where. So that's pretty brutal because I think I killed 2 dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
The Warlord.
Yeah. And the squad over there.
What was in the squad? So that's 4 kill points plus Warlord, and I'm sitting now on 1, 2, 3, 4. That is devastating. So we're going to move into turn 3. The points are massively getting away from Scott now. He's got some work to do. What he needs to try and do, I think, to narrow this gap, he needs to concentrate on killing units that are small and getting on objectives just to try and score some points back, which is definitely doable. But coming into the sort of, the brutal end of the game now, he's not got very many units left. And obviously the Eldar, that was a big turn there for the Eldar, very, very big turn. So the Tech Marine all guns into the Avengers. So 4 hits, yeah, wounds on 3s. Oh, Scott. Plasma shot. Hits, wounds on a 2. Does wound, it's -3. So I'll get no save unless I take it on the Exarch at a wound, which I'm not going to do. So we'll remove a guy. And 2 hits, wound on 3s. 2 wounds, 2 4-ups. I've left all the dice over the other side. 2 4-ups. We've saved 1, lost 1. So there's 2 guys down. Again, to take them away from the objective. So that's a Tech Marine done.
And just bolt guns, didn't you?
Oh yeah, we'll point out, so these did fall back. The Tech Marine obviously stayed where he is, he's in a good position. This guy moved up, and they stayed because of within rapid fire of these to put some shots in, and the heavy bolt I can see down here, other targets to help out. So, Scott's made a decision, if they fall back and shoot him and kill him, they've got more chance of doing that than staying tied in combat with this and killing this, and that'll score them a kill point and be within 3 of the objectives. So it's a smart move. It's not a nice one, but it's smart. So we're looking for 3s, and this strength 4, so we're looking for 4s. So that's 3, and it's a -1, so it'll be 5 ups. Oh, he's dead. Dropped 2. I thought I got 2 5s. So that is a kill point, and that will score that objective. That's a good move.
So I need one more for this.
So these guys are going to pump everything into these.
These will be rapid fireball gunshots.
Yeah, so I'm within 12, but these are a -1 to hit standard. So we're looking for 4s. And we're looking for 3s to wound. That's 3 wounds. Right. Yeah, so the heavy bolter, he's got 1 hit, yeah, and he's looking for a 3 to wound. Oh, no command points. So we've got 3 bolter wounds. These guys get 3 up armour, 2 up in the ruin because they're infantry. You do get 1. I'm going to take that guy just in case you do decide to try and do a crazy charge, try and kill them, which I don't think you will, because my flamers will be out of range, but thingy. So they're gone, which leaves your flyer.
Yeah. So
I think he's going to have to, you know, you're saying split fire is not a good thing. There's a lot of targets on single wounds.
Right.
Let's have a good think.
At the end.
Right, this guy is splitting fire everywhere, like an absolute boss. Yeah. You know, it's desperate times, desperate measures. So basically, let's do this one first, because it's going to be...
Yeah, these are the heavy.
He's going to be hitting on 6s, because these guys are -1, they're over 12, stacks to -2, and he's heavy, doesn't have machine spirits, so he's looking at 6s. So 2 las cannons, wish you the best. Or autocannon first, yeah. Right. No. So no hits, and the 2 las cannons. So he does get his hit wounds on a 2. Oh, Scott, man, what are you doing this to yourself for? Oh, you did all the hard work. Right, now the next bit is crazy. So we've got
2d6. Got basically
2d6 missiles going into this guy.
So this is how many shots it is. Oh, not as many as I would have liked.
9. So we'll keep them there so you know, and then you've got 2d6 missiles into this squad. Yep. He's obviously doing the right thing. He's going for all the so that's single 14 models. And then we've got 2d6 missiles into that Reaper in cover on his last one. Oh, that's nice. That's 13 shots. So we'll do all these off camera because he's still hitting on different. It's 4s for this guy. Oh, you didn't target him. Oh, you did. Yeah, 4s for this guy, 5s for him, and 5s for the Reapers. So we'll come back and see what we've got to save. It's Scott being Scott again. He only got bloody 2 hits on this guy, but they did both wound. So we need 2 4-ups. I wish you the best. Oh, I saved them both. I honestly thought I would fail. Not the end of the world, because the Tech Marine is still within range for combat.
So this one was,
right, let's do the Avengers. 14. They've been hit a lot. So you've got to roll better, please. Come on.
9.
Right, so let's get a good hit roll here. That's better.
That's not. I need 5s.
Oh yeah, because they're a bit fit. That's still good though. 4 hits. You got more hits than you did on the bike. And you're looking for 3s to wound with these guys though. Oh, that. Oh, you know what? I don't want to tease you, but that's probably the worst you could get, because the X-Orc's got 2 wounds and your model for a charge is going to have to choose either or. So you're not going to score the point. That you do it to yourself. So we failed 1, killed 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this guy off so you can't tag between the 2, and then you've got decisions to make. Because I said I'm not going to play it easy on you. I'm going to do all the tactical choices. They could actually fail a morale check as well. But I'd still, I think, only lose 1 guy. This one was on the Reaper, so we've 13. Got 13 shots. Let's see if we can get rid of this Reaper. So that's a good roll, hitting on 5s against the Reaper. And wounding on 3s. That's better. Right, can he make 5 2-ups? Because he's in cover with heavy armour on a 3.
4.
I'm sure you got 5, didn't you?
No.
4? Oh. So sorry, that guy should have scored you 3 points. Statistically, those
I haven't killed a single. I haven't killed a single one.
You haven't killed a unit. No, you killed a jetbike with your guns, didn't you?
No.
Did they not shoot?
Aye, there.
So that's a kill point.
Ah, right. I meant with it. All that.
He should have killed you 3 points. He should have killed that. They should be dead, or nearly dead, because he would have his plans to finish off one of the units. But now we can either go either or. Your luck's been horrendous this turn. So basically, they're going to charge. You're not going to go charge them there because I put them just over 12 away, and basically you're going to go jet bike, or there's 2 wounds to get through here where I'll get no save. Well,
I'm going jet bike because it's easy.
The troops will override you though, don't forget, in terms of scoring. For my turn
now, I just want to kill it.
Yeah. Right, so he can't fail in, he can't die to Overwatch because he's got 4 wounds, so he's all good. Let's see if he makes it. He does make it. Let's see if we can overwatch him. We've got a hit, wounds on a 3. It is a wound, you got a 2 up armour. Yeah, he's good. He's in.
Right, so
do your 2 power fisties first.
Right. Servo arms then, they're hitting on 4s.
Yep. Right, do your power axe. One hit. You normally would wound on a 3, but it's going to go down to a 2. Does wound -2, isn't it? So a 6 up save. I'm not going to say anything. See if I can attack you back. No. Okay. So in that turn, you're going to score none, because that's contested. 1, 2, and they killed unit 3. So we're killing 2 objectives.
It's abysmal, isn't it, though?
Oh yeah, we're just talking his rolls there, my god. I know we're even filming them, but you've got... dice rolls will come. The more games you play, it's got to average out, and you haven't really had any amazing turns and stuff yet, so... we know which way this is going, but like I said, for tournament practice, what we're telling Scott is what he wants to do is score points where he can, because it'll narrow the gap. And it's, you know, if you win, lose, or draw your first game, don't worry about it. Obviously a big win helps, but it can sometimes give you a false sense of security. It throws you up, and you could come against an army that's really hardcore. So, you know, if you score good and often, it's a good practice. And like I said, don't too disheartened. What you're doing is you're testing elements of your list, and you're testing it against an Eldar list, which is a hard list to test it against. So, you know, your stuff that was going to come in and hit hard, like Mephiston and that, got picked on, and they didn't get a chance to do what they want to do. That'll happen some games. Other games, if they'd come in, you'd have probably mulched through all this by now. So we'll go into Eldar turn 3. Jeez Louise. And see what we can do. Right, so these guys, again, like I said, I'm going tactical. I'm staying just over 12 away from these guys, which means, you know, debating, do I jump over there and heavy flame them? Because I couldn't get within range of that. Probably it's a good idea, but then they're troops, so they would score that over me unless I kill them all. And I don't really want to be charging you, because I can go here and get the same amount of points. Just do you with the 3 shots. We'll swooped around on these guys, so obviously there's a force here, this Autok, so come over here, these all around, they should be gone. Got enough lancers there at strength 6. The Autok here stayed still, the Reaper just moved up onto the objective. This guy's moved up, so he's within smite range here, and a spear throw. He fell back out of combat, they weren't in combat. These guys have moved up, so the back guy's not in range. Actually, you know what? I'm still within 3 of the objective. They're all within range of the Tech Marine. So it's about putting the hurt on now. So we're going to go into the psychic phase. We're going to start with this guy, who will do a smite, which goes off on a 9. D3 mortal wounds on the... It's cocked. That's 2 mortal wounds on the Tech Marine. It's got 4. The start with 4 wounds. The Tech Marine Gunner's got 2 on the Thunderfire Cannon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the difference. It's a difference. So he's got 2 wounds left. I'm going to doom him. Technically what I should do, because the flyer, it's not the Chapter 18 20 approved missions where the flyers can stay on. Basically, if all your troops die, you're game over. Got no boots on the ground, so we will doom him, which he is doomed. So we're going to be rerolling failed wounds. Down here, we're going to attempt a smite on those guys, which goes off on a 7, D3 mortal wounds. So 2, which will kill one of those. And we'll attempt to jinx them as well. 6 doesn't go off, we would need a 7. So this guy's other power was Fortune. I'm not even going to bother. At this stage, I know it's a luxury, but if I peril and I get a nasty accident, then stuff could go on. So basically in the shooting phase, we're going to do all these into here. We're going to do all the small arms into him. We'll come back off camera. Depending on what's alive here, they may take some shooty shots at the flyer if we've managed to kill these things. And these guys down there can obviously either tag the flyer at 8, you know, that squad there. So at this stage, I think we'll just do it off the camera, see what's left alive, and then come back. And I think after turn 3, it should be pretty much game over. Right, we've just tooled that up. A lot of blade, a lot of shots gone. This guy, he actually tanked tons and tons and tons of wounds. Then it was literally the jet bike at the end, got 3 hits, 3 wounds, and 2 of them were a 6 and 1 was a 5, and it just done enough. So that was fire from these guys, the jet bike. This guy as well coming in. This then had, you know, and it just had really this as its only target, so we've got 1 hit with the Bright Lance, caused 5 wounds, so it's down to 5. These guys both hit it, but I feel the wounded now, 1 to 2, yeah. And then down here, as you can see, these guys are gone. Pretty much, again, just a hell load of blade storm and the fusion from this guy. And then these guys got 5 hits and wounds on these guys, and Scott failed some saves, so they actually need a morale check. They can only fail on a 6/6, which is probably going to happen knowing your luck. Nope. So that will be the end of Eldar turn 3, and they'll score 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points on objectives, and they killed
6, 7.
And they killed 2 units, so 7 points. So I think, yeah, at the end of that, obviously the end of turn 3, a hard lesson I think there for Scott. You know, it's 28-10 in favour of the Eldar. The Eldar have got a heck of a lot of stuff left. The Marines have got a couple of attack Marines and a half-wounded flyer on the table. You know, like I said, in the current thingy, because it's not, like I said, the chapter 2018, this guy could keep flying around. Being tabled wouldn't matter, you'd move out for points, but even then the Eldar, they've got so much manoeuvrability, and your -1 hit at a damage profile would pretty much mean, you know, these will come and sit. These would do a switcheroo, they come down here, kill those, sit on that. They'd come up here, sit on that. Then I'm on all the objectives. I'm scoring 6 points a turn for objectives. Obviously, maybe it's another 1 kill point, or even 2 if you get that. And a line breaker. So it's just going to keep spiralling, and I think the score difference is going to be the big victory. But I don't know, it gives you thoughts. What do you think? I know it was a hard list to go against. I did tell you what I was going to take. So, what I did, what
you did, but I never got to look at it.
Well, you got to look at it, but it killed you before you had a good look at it. So we'll give it a good Auspex scan. But for me, like I said, my list did really well at the GT. And it wasn't, you know, there's not 2 big squads of Reapers, there's not 2 or 3 squads of thingies, there's different things. And yeah, it did amazing. Some games it did alright, other games it never did bad. That's the thing with the Eldar. But when it did exceptional when it came up against things like Marines. Just those blade storms when you get them on 6s, the bright lances with a -4, the shining spears, obviously everybody knows about the strength 6 -4/2 damage is really good at just eating through. Even like you said, you know, your elite troops with the 2-up armor, once they get the -4 and they're saving on 6s, 5s in the cover, you're asking for like miracles really. And the manoeuvrability of the Eldar gives them so much board control. I definitely don't think they're overpowered, because they can be killed, but they're a very tricky army to deal with. And I think more of it will really depend on your army. Now yours is an assaulty Marine army, so you're going to get up in people's grill, and that's exactly what the Eldar want. They want you in a sort of 18 inches is Dire Avengers. If you're in a sort of 24-inch range, that's optimum to them, because then they can move into you and put in a heck of a lot of fire. And I just think you did get very, very unlucky there in terms of the odd little wound here and there on units still left alive. But I'll be honest, I think even then it would have still, maybe it's not as much. I think you'd be up to sort of say 15, 16 points. But I think not killing the Psyker characters and letting them do their work just over time.
But again though, like some of them, like that guy there came out with 1 wound after a smash captain hit him, and then
exactly big things. I used a command point to save him, and some games you won't make that. That would have been a big difference, because after that he then comes round and causes 3 mortal wounds with a smite over here, and you know, I think it was 3 mortal wounds on a Librarian Dreadnought. He denies one of your powers, so all of a sudden he's done, from not dying, he's done 6 mortal wounds and denied 1 or 2 of your powers. And he fortuned another unit to increase that. You know what I mean? It is having them on 1 wound hurts. It really hurts, because then, you know, like I said, getting rid of that flyer was fantastic, because it's a Psyker and because it's got good guns. Otherwise that would have just pestered you. But you had to expend so much bodies to get down to here, and obviously you only got to use your Storm Ravens for a turn. Having a second turn of those would have made a big difference.
It would, but that first turn, obviously, it was all into the Hemlock.
It was
like
to take it out, I know. But at the same time, the Reapers weren't on the board. They weren't a target for your turn 1. They were in a transport. So you've got to look at, do you pop that? Then you might not have had enough firepower left to kill what was coming out. And the thing with the Hemlock, you know, we're talking about it. It's not like I haven't told them what anything to do. I've been giving them guidance and stuff. The Hemlock, whether you get it on 1 wound or 7, 11 wound, it doesn't matter, because its guns are auto hit. You have to kill it. You have to kill it. And all you're really nerfing is its movement. And a 25-inch movement with a double pivot is still more than enough. Because by the time there's gaps, you know, unless you had literally a horde army that filled the board, then there's gaps. And the Elatok, everyone knows is hard, -1 to hits. Really, it meant that you can weather turn 1. that was, you know, your big guns were coming in, all of a sudden you were power the machine spirit, you're on 4s on most of them, maybe 5s, and then playing that stratagem. And I went through command points like there was no tomorrow really. But
I was really surprised at how quick. But
I burnt them early on.
We've only gone to 3 turns.
Yeah.
So you don't need.
But they were pretty much gone by turn 2.
Yeah.
But that's to keep me in a strong position. So they are command point heavy, the Eldar, but they have huge benefits if they come off. Yeah, I'd love my Eldar, but like I said, I don't like to use them a lot on the channel because they can be really tough unless somebody does ask to play against them. And it's the unit. Yeah, they must be. They're just like a bit of Dark Eldar or something. I don't know. They've definitely got their weaknesses, and you can come up against them. Horde armies, I find it really difficult because this list doesn't. I know they can output a lot of shots and stuff like that, but you can deal a lot of damage. But then there's always a lot of stuff coming back in, and they can overwhelm you with numbers. And you've got lots of units that are very fast, very zippy, but not very resilient. It's just basically your wound rolls and squads that had 1 or 2 wounds, you couldn't hit them, you couldn't wound them, which is criminally insane. I think it was something like you got however many missiles on this guy, and you only hit twice on 4s out of about 16 dice.
It was basically 4d6, and I hit them twice.
Yeah. And it wasn't a low amount of shots either. It was like 16 missiles or something.
It was a fair whack.
And then he passed 2 4-ups, which... Yeah, it's when you got the 2 wounds on him, I was like, that's it. You know that's the worst thing, because if
he's going to save one.
Well, maybe on averages he should save one, but... I would say I enjoyed that, but I didn't, because I wanted to give you a lesson, and it's no, I didn't want to lesson you, teach you, but I wanted you to experience an Eldar army so you could get some game time against them. And they are hard. I think if you face an Eldar army, you will struggle. But it's hopefully what you can do is identify some units that are key threats. That's why I kept these off the board. You know, I'd expect an Eldar player to do the same against you, because if you didn't, your Stormraven would come over. If it was me, I'd be coming over, I'd be concentrating a lot of bolter fire, all the hurricane bolters on these, assault cannons on these, because they get a 4-up in run against shooting, but they're only T4. As much strength 4 or 5 weapons into these, then the big heavier guns to crack open things like the Wave Serpents, which the Serpent Shield comes in, knocks the damage down. It's hard work chewing through them. The second Stormraven, you know, the multi-melters maybe targeting this guy and the las cannons, or the flyer, like you said, but I'd set my flyer up so far back and measure distances as well, that if you come in, you weren't within that melter double tap range, which meant you were outside of 12 for the -1. And that's, I think, really good Eldar players will test you to your absolute limit. If you give someone who's not very good at playing an Eldar army, they'll probably not do very well, because you have to, and I've always said this with the Eldar, if you get to use your game plan, you'll do really well. If you can pick on the targets your unit's designed to kill, you'll do fantastically well. If your opponent puts it in your grill and you're forced to make bad decisions or rush decisions, you'll not. And I mean, it was terrifying, I'll be honest with you, your Librarian Dreads and stuff down here, because I thought, actually, you know what, my characters could be dead here, Smash Captain's coming in up the rear end, all the characters and the Reapers could be dead, and then you did okay, but not fantastic, and it just wasn't enough, was it? It wasn't enough to eat through them.
No. And that's where you look and you think it's just not enough here, it's not enough there, it's just,
Yeah, so I think, for me, your list, I think maybe what it could be lacking is another unit or 2 to just leave somewhere to score objectives.
Honestly, I'm thinking maybe obviously because I deployed this one straight out the bat, and then that unit that was sat in there for so long
dropped out the Stormraven.
Basically got out the Stormraven before it moved, but I have got the other tactical squad. Obviously thinking about objective placement, place it somewhere where I can put
the tac squad on,
or
a scout squad or something.
The 3 tactical squads, just have them sitting there from the get-go.
Or scout squads with camo cloaks are fantastic at sitting in a crater on a 2-up cover save. Again, there's loads of options. You're always going to be up against it with the Marine Army currently, you know that for a fact. But I find it tricky with the Marines is getting a good balance between offense and defense, because you've got to go, you're not designed to do both really well. The units are designed for one or the other, whereas the Eldar, they've got a good defense in the fact they're fast, they can get away. A lot of the units are fly, so they can move back and shoot. So they can hurt you as they leave or get away. And that's part of the appeal of me. And then stuff like Reapers are, you can have a 10-man missile squad basically, and they're really good. So I don't know whether, for me, I like having access to heavy bolters with Marines and maybe a missile launcher. I think on this guy's performance today, I don't think I don't think he's worth the points. Against another army, yes, those missiles could be brutal against hordes, demons, everything like that. And then his other bigger guns against targets. But for me, it's the whole... He's come up against a hard army because he's always going to be on 4s when he moves.
That's the thing, I think if...
it's not really a true test for him. I think you'd have to test him.
If he's going up against stuff where he's hitting on 4s, as standard, as he should, genuinely speaking, he's got range.
Yeah.
There's
70 something inches,
72, 48.
Yeah.
He could have sat at this table edge.
Work his way down slowly.
He wouldn't have even need to work his way around. He could have just done like circled around and always been in range of something, rather than
zoom right in, get danger close with all the smites hitting him and stuff like that.
Yeah. But then it's a case of supporting the Storm Ravens. If they're going to go charging straight forward, how does he support the Storm Ravens?
I always found out with my Storm Ravens, as soon as 8th dropped, they were an amazing gunboat, but against a psychic army, even if it's something like Tyranids or Chaos, they get there, they have a good turn of doing stuff, and then they turn back, especially if you're close to smite, you end up crippled. If you're lucky, you're crippled, because there's so much gun to then plough into you and hurt you, that, you know, realistically you think, is it worth staying a bit further back? I think that new bolter drill's going to be good, because it means that hurricane bolters will be 24 inches. Yeah. That'll be very handy for them, because it means they don't have to then, say they were targeting these, you can stay here with it and make me do the work coming to you, rather than you have to zoom within 12, and then obviously you're giving me, you know, much easier access to then get my better strength guns in here. But a difficult game.
It's strange how quickly they fall out of the sky. Like when the Flesh Terrors the other day, it fell out of the sky with a good round of shooting from the Mythic. Like, well,
I'll be honest, I didn't expect to take them both down. I expected one. It was just the fact my flyer was still alive and it could put the flamers in and hurt the other one enough to then only need a couple of shots on it here and there. And I've played game. Was it you or did it? Where it was the Dire Avengers? No, I think it was Dave. I had like basically 2 or 3 squads of 6 Dire Avengers, and they pumped so many shots into it that I was getting loads of 6s and 5s, and the 6s, saving on 6s, it just stripped wounds off it, and the psychic powers, and it fell. For me, they're a really tricky unit to use well, because they've got so much data that you want to throw them up there to deliver stuff, but they will die. You've got to be prepared to lose them, so you've got to use them. If you don't expect to go first, set them right back. It's always dangerous expecting to go first. You know, do you push them forward to get in big kill range? But I don't know. But that was I didn't enjoy that.
It was so dude. Hey, what a waste of a morning.
No, what a waste that was. No, your rolls. It was almost like it didn't matter what you did. Especially back in the turn 2 and then 3. You just couldn't hit a barn door. You weren't wounding anything, and it's not sort of like. It makes the Eldar look even better than they are. And they weren't really. I mean, you had a sort of good turn 2 at the start. Yeah, with the sort of combat stuff.
You're getting the combat in, and a
few bits went a bit whiffy here and there, but turn 3 was horrendous. Really was. You should have done a lot more. But then it said the rules and little bits like picking off units. I fully expected both my jetbikes to be dead. Maybe a couple of units of troops from my scouts, which were. Yeah. And then but you just couldn't have the stuff to sort of pick off those last little shots and hits. But I think all in all that flyer will do you well in some games. Whether a little Storm Talon might have been a better points thingy, because he wouldn't have cost you a command point, he would have gained you one, and he would have had the 2 assault cannons and the I don't know. It's a
bit I mean it's probably half, little under half the points. If I went Stormhawk Interceptor before you put the weapons on it, it's like 85 points.
But saying this, you would take it out your list and you come up against a perfect target. And there's no right or wrong answer. I purely believe there's no right or wrong answer. You know, it's a dice game as well. Things are going to happen some games, they're not going to happen other games. And I just think in this instance, we always knew it was going to be a tough test against, you know, not a top level thingy with all the Yanari shenanigans and stuff, but a very difficult army to deal with. And then, you know, my thing is I'm quite happy to go second or first. And if I go first, it's bad news anyway for you, because I've got range gun with the Reapers and stuff. But on the flip side, that means I have to commit my Reapers to the table. I always start them in a transport, or if it looks like it's going to be dangerous, I'll start them off the table turn 1, bring them table turn 2 with a strat. But it's about you making me want to do that. So as soon as they hit the table, like you say, you kill the Reapers. But I personally always look for a bit of cover, because a 2-up armor's they've got Marine armor standard 3, and they're exceptional at what they do. They really are. And I took guide. I didn't even think I guided them once, because you've got no talk. They hit on 3s, you roll on 1s. You know, curses, I do get a lot of 2s with them. I really do, but they put in some work, a Reaper squad. And these little guys are so nasty to target that most of the time people either expend loads of stuff to get rid of them, or they just don't bother. And then if they don't bother, you
just mince everything.
You live to regret it, because like I said, they can just come in and flame you, or stay away and just hit you with strength 6, -3, 1 damage, which again against Marines, hitting on 3s, wound on 3s, saving on a 6, it's ideal. But now we'll get this packed away, practice game. You got any more practice games lined up?
Not yet.
I'll give you another one against a different army if you want to try something easier, like Tau.
I think I'd have to do something.
Well, what haven't you faced? Well, have a think. I've got, well, obviously you know what I've got. I could do a Guard, Tau. I could do Knights and Guard mix, which I don't like doing, you know, the Loyal 32, but practice. If you're going to go into a tournament, practice, more importantly, the missions as well. How does your army work within that mission parameter? And this one is kill points and objective points. So having the 3 flyers means you're not going to have a lot of units to go and grab multiple objectives. So you know you're going to have to concentrate on maybe he's holding 1 or 2, maybe he's pushing for a 3rd, and gunning your opponent off or fighting them off when you drop in and screen out. So, you know, it's...
That's the thing, it's a survivability of them Storm Ravens, because honestly, if them Storm Ravens can then deploy what's in them, even if they've taken some damage...
Survive till turn 2 or 3 at least.
Aye.
If they were alive till turn 3, I wouldn't have this much stuff on the table. That's guaranteed.
Just getting there, because obviously, as the same thing with the Flesh Terrors the other week, basically, I haven't deployed from the Storm Raven. The Storm Raven has crashed.
Dropped you, yeah.
And it's dropped out of the sky, and then everything's deployed.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
you're being forced to deploy, yeah. It's just, like, that's what I said, that boils down Eldar for me. If they get their own way, they force you to do stuff you're not really wanting to do, and you're playing into their hands from then on. And like I said, because even that people on foot are fast, you know, I can deal with a threat over here, you can move that way, get away, put a bit more distance down. A lot of that sort of fast units are jet bikes. You know, the jet bikes aren't fantastic anymore. These guys are good. They're not great, but they can still move 16 inches. They can still, you know, blade storm stuff. And you know, you've seen that in this game. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Like, you don't get lots of hits and you don't get lots of wounds, but you get lots of shots. And if you've got a unit of 3 jet bikes, that's 12 strength 4 shots. You know, you can go and thin out a horde. It's only 3 jet bikes. And you know, they can move 16, I'm sure it's 16. If they advance, you can go 6 inches. You know, you're not going to want to charge them. You do use them as mobiles. I use the jet bikes to, well, as you've seen in this game, the start over there, zip there, scored me a point. You know, they actually scored us more because they survived longer than I thought they would. Right. Start there, zip right down here, score a point. Go for a cheeky line breaker, because if you've got a jet bike left or 2, it's not a massive target threat, is it? But all of a sudden they're scoring you, nipping over places and scoring your points. And the Marines, like I said, the 24 inch on the bolter is going to be good when that beta roll kicks in. But it's not at the tournament, which is why we haven't been doing it today. It's literally only dropped yesterday in the news. So that'll make a bit of a difference. It means units like this sitting at distance will get a few more shots. It's not game breaking, I don't think. It's it's a little help.
I think to be honest, my experience, I feel like I could do with every advantage if I can get from them.
Chapter tactics on the vehicles, I think. As you've seen, for my flyer, I'd save my flyer. It's little stuff like -1 to hit on all my stuff is very nice, whereas your Marines, your Dreadnoughts, your Bikes and your Infantry. Again,
it does seem
it seems a little unfair. Yeah, and like I've said, I'm a big believer in make sure, you know, Terminator shouldn't be... Right, Terminator's in tactical Dreadnought armour. Why is he the same strength as a normal Marine? Why is he as strong as he was before? He should be... His strength and his endurance has been enhanced, so... there's an argument not to make him T5 because it counts as stuff like Nurgle, so making a Nurgle Terminator toughness 6 is pretty good. But I think at least make a Terminator strength 5 and make them ignore penalties for moving and firing heavy weapons and the -1 on the CC weapons. Yes, a Marine wielding a Thunderhammer, you know, it's big, it's heavy, it's powered.
A bit different.
Terminator wielding a Thunderhammer, yeah. It's I think that would make Terminators not... You know, everyone would be like, yay, because that new bolter rule, all of a sudden, hey, Terminators are good again. But I don't think they should get the minuses to hit. And I think they should just ignore the heavy weapons. And, you know, Marines, they're the benchmark, so stuff's made to kill them or be effective against them. They're always going to, you know, they're going to be good, but the Imperium have got the thing that, you know, they can add Eldar kind of bit, I suppose, now they're going to add holograms and stuff. But, you know, you can add stuff you need from other Imperial factors here and there if need be, which makes them good. So it is sad that you can't have a pure effective Marine list, but nothing's stopping you taking 32 Guardsmen to give you a load of command points and then pump into all your assaulty Blood Angel units, which is what most people do. But I always think Dreads as well, Marine Dreads, not having that invuln, which is why you did the right thing with the psychic power, but I got to deny you. Exactly, which is hard work, so you'd have to... You know, the flip side is if you're too far away that I can't deny you, you're not in effective range anyway.
No,
so
I mean, especially like if you think about it, if I can't be denied, especially with the librarian ones, I've got a heavy flamer. Even if I had the stone bolter,
it's not a lot, is it?
It's not a lot.
A tickle wound off here and there, kill a guy. Yeah, it's not a lot.
And then if I'm that far away, then I'm not charging anything, am I?
No.
So
it's tough. Like I said, it's a very tough thing for you, and it's more like. You know, people might watch this and think that's totally unfair, but it's not. I find because I've played against so many armies and I've played with so many different armies, makes your decision making a lot better. And that in a tournament is going to be key. What to shoot it with, how much resources to commit if you need to kill something. You know when you're doing with your missiles, right, 2d6 here, and then you were thinking, well, actually, is that enough? And I was like, I'd be putting 2 lots of 2d6 to make sure. Your rolls were crap, but that should have made sure, even 3. Just to make sure you're getting the point, you're doing the job, and then worry about it. But a tough list, some horrific rolls here and there. But I don't know. Maybe this mission, the first mission, which is why I want you to practice this one, is more about ball control and killing things. It's equally, you get as much of a point for killing a unit, which you can see is really hard work sometimes, as you do for sitting on an objective. So, do you just delete units even if you're over-committing and spreading out? And for me, I've got the ability to spread out and the ability to then pick on a unit, and that's the way I operated, which is why my points kept tallying up. So you might not, I wasn't killing big Marine units here and there, but I was killing 2 or 3, so next turn there's only 2 of them left, which means a small squad of the jet bikes or even a couple of these guys together can pick them off easily. But yeah, it definitely tricky. I sort of love my Marines. I'm loving my Death Watch. My Death Watch have been doing pretty good. But they've got a special ammo which helps out a lot. And again, they find it difficult sometimes. They're still Marines, they've still got 3 up armour across the board. They would probably struggle against this sort of Eldar list, but the Primaris extra range might help with picking off bits here and there. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. And it's, there's no right or wrong, is there? I honestly believe there's no right or wrong list. It's all how you manage the list and what the mission is. And I think this mission will be very tough for you at the tournament. Even if, because you've got your Corvia list there, a couple of minor alterations. I'm even thinking if you've got like a squad, smaller squads and stuff like Razorbacks, Rhinos, even to give a bit of ball control and push, and stuff like to throw a Rhino into something to eat Overwatch, so you're not throwing Smash Captain in. But then again, you'd take that, and then this thing would have been fantastic if you come up against certain armies and stuff like that. It's tricky, and that's what tournaments are all about. I enjoy the idea of a tournament and going and seeing all the different lists. I don't always enjoy the ultra competitive side of it, because you get down to, like, your list will be good for certain things, and then, you walk into some games and you're like, this is even pretty much. And we had a big talk off camera before we started about placing objectives, because the way the dice roll went, you knew I was picking the table corner, which straight away lets me know wherever there's a sort of collection of objectives, I'm going to make sure there's as many over that side as possible. So my stuff with range can sit on 2 or 3, force you out into the open on the other ones and pick you off. So that's not always going to be the case. That didn't go in your favour. But like I did say from the off, I'm a big believer from the setup, and objective placement can massively hinder you if you can't. If it's evenly balanced, fair enough, but if it's sort of favouring, the scenery didn't favour anybody, it's equal, but the way the objectives were massively favoured me, it meant I didn't have to move much, and I didn't have to commit stuff out of a safety zone where it wouldn't have backup, where you did. So you had like a couple of units here, but then everything else has to be down here, and if everything's out here, these units can't help out.
Whereas, but also they're isolated to be picked up.
Exactly, so the stuff that could drop in, it's got an easy job, having to commit many turns to kill stuff. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it in the fact I get to use the Eldar, and without you being too upset, because it was a sort of competitive setting. But yeah, it just sort of
hard though. It's hard.
It is.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's just experience of games and targets and knowing if you could do anything, if you know your enemy statistics, that's the best thing to do. Because you know what to shoot, you then got an informed decision of what to target, when to target it. But it's always going to be hard, definitely. If I come up against Eldar, it would be hard, definitely. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll get another one on soon.